They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
The guy's out. Decoy.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers: the professional tier, the Master League; the semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series; the Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2, and 3. But this is no easy task. At the end of every phase, the bottom 2 contestants are dropped out, They are replaced by the top teams from the Starter Cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series are rewarded with promotion to the Master League. The top 4 teams will proceed to play in the next season's Masters League. Meanwhile, the Master League runs uninterrupted until the end of the season. The 12 champions will constantly try to establish their dominance over the others. But at the end of a season, the bottom 4 teams are relegated to the Challenger Series, while the top 4 play at the land finale for the top prize. ESL India Premiership 2018 begins in April. The registrations are on, so make sure you sign up now.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
This is the first ever Omen X laptop for gamers that go to extremes. Gear up with a machine designed for total domination and engineered for gaming in stunning 4K. Equipped with the latest Intel Core processors, it gives you the power to be relentless. With a 17.3-inch diagonal screen and desktop-class graphics, you get maximum performance to be victorious anywhere. With multiple fans and large exhaust vents, heat is transferred away from critical components for dynamic overclocking. Ramp up boot times, game loading, and overall system responsiveness with optional RAID 0 SSD configurability. An RGB LED backlit mechanical keyboard lets you program each individually lit key to create customized key maps that switch seamlessly between games. With 2.5mm travel and in-key rollover, you can take out your competition with more accuracy and precision. Designed for extreme immersion, DTS Headphone X technology comes built in for surround sound experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. With the addition of a VR headset, gamers can step inside a completely immersive world for an elevated gaming experience. Single-panel access to key components makes serviceability and upgrading easy, so you won't be sidelined or held back on your road to supremacy. It has a brushed aluminum finish on an armor-like chassis. A jet fighter-like construction with hidden lift hinges ensures you're always at the ready. And with striking lighting effects and see-through window to components, others will know too. Unleash your fiercest gameplay anywhere with the extreme performance of the new Omen X laptop.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership Summer Season Challenger Series 2018 that is brought to you by Oman by HP, HyperX and Intel and organized by Northern Gaming and ESL. How are you, Vagish?
I'm doing great, man. Same old, same old. वही चल रहा है अब तो I like sooner or later I'll start feeling like AK Hangal from Sholay. इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है बेटा?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have, as usual, 3 games lined up. But before that, let me introduce myself. I'm your host, Harsh Shipman Rawat, and this is your very own God Slayer. So, 3 games, CR, CSGO, and Dota 2. In CR, we have Spark, that will be taking on Uranium Potato. And, well, but before we talk about the game, let's talk about the most awaited LAN finale that will be taking place. Are you looking forward to it?
Well, I should be, right?
Well, that's his thing, so duh. But anyway, LAN finale, ladies and gentlemen, on the 23rd and 24th of June at Phoenix Market City, Kurla. But I won't draw all the cards because we'll be talking about this further. Moving on, let's talk about the players that have qualified. So, Beast has qualified, Kamal Khan has qualified, Arpan Christian, and Prashant PP for the LAN finale.
I mean, Arpan was but an eventuality. I'm saddened by a couple of things, yeah. Mukul 8-bit Achal, not coming to the LAN finale. Sadly secured, like, thankfully secured a place in the Masters League, did not get relegated. Mrinmoy Lakhar going to Challenger League is slightly hard to digest. Is still like, it's like, you know, it's like you coming out of the theater after watching Infinity War. Like you're shaken up. You didn't expect this. It's like the conversation which Peter Parker and Tony Stark have. Like, no, Mr. Stark, I don't feel good, Mr. Stark. I don't want to go. I don't want to die. So it's like that. So if I was Stark, Mrinmoy is like going to be like Peter. You know, I don't want to see him go die. Like I don't want to see him go in the Challenger League. It's like hashtag Sasta storytelling.
Well, we'll talk more about that at the end of the game. Moving on to our main game, Spark taking on Uranium Potato. What kind of a game are you looking forward to, seeing these 2 players facing each other?
This is going to be a radioactive game, man. This is going to be radioactive to the bone. Okay, let's keep it very honest here. These are challenger players. Not much is known about them. Think of it. Okay, you know what? I'm pretty sure a lot of people here who are watching the ESL India Premiership at the end of the day are pretty familiar with the comic books and pop culture. So I will try to correlate it to something similar. DC Detective Comics, Batman Year One. Nobody knew who Batman was. Like some random guy suddenly creeping up from the darkness, instilling fear in like the criminals of Gotham, right? So when that happens, so you realize Challenger League is no different. Starter Cup is like the Shadow Alley. And the Challenger Series is like the Batman Year One. They're trying to prove themselves to be the world's best detective or the Caped Crusader, right? If I had to correlate it to the comics. So right now they are just coming out of the shadows, you know. They're trying to make a name. They're trying to instill fear in their counterparts. So if you see a lot of new names are coming up in the Masters League for the fall season. And some big names have gone into the Challenger League from the Masters season. And I'm pretty sure you must have seen it. I've maintained it throughout. I'll repeat it again for the 59th time. Masters League is a gosh darn Shark Tank. And it has piranhas and sharks both. Unless and until you are capable of fending off both of them, buddy, this is going to be like pretty much like a very weird joyride for you. And it's not going to be that easy. It's going to be painful, not physically painful, but mentally and emotionally excruciatingly painful, because then you'll see. बोलते ना कि आदमी कितने पानी में है, so वो मालूम पड़ जाएगा. Challenger में it's like, okay, ठीक है, still, like I said, Batman Year One. You will have other vigilantes also, but what makes you the best vigilante?
Well, absolutely agreed with the Godslayer over here. And moving on, ladies and gentlemen, our first team, let's have a look. Spark for you. team. What did I say? This guy is one-man army, ladies and gentlemen. Spark made its debut in ESL Starter Cup #1 and turned out to be second.
Yeah, Spark with 3 stars. I mean, like I said, not much is known about them. They will gain much more prominence than they already have once when they will enter the Masters League and we'll enter officially the fall season. That is when we'll see poundings and bashings and teeth falling left, right, center, figuratively. So yeah, that's there.
Well, that was Spark for you. Let's have a look at our second player, Uranium Potato. Uranium Potato, a very funky name. I really like that name. What do you think?
Waking up from ash and dust, I bet my pride, I bet my
something, yeah, but yeah, whatever. You get the gist.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Well, that's Uranium Potato for you. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, Spark versus Uranium Potato. Let's get set for the clash tonight.
All right, and as they said, let's get rolling. We are into game 1 of this best of 5 of Spark versus Uranium Potato. And I'm just going to call him Potato, so just bear with me because it's just a very long name. But getting into the game now, Spark, of course, picking up the Rascals, the Miner, the Bats, the Poison, also has a Zap card available. Meanwhile, Potato's got the Rascals himself. He's also picked up the Inferno Dragon, the Goblin Gang. He's got the Skies and Baron also. He's also added the Bats to his deck. Now, with the Miners on both the sides of the team, this is going to be a very crucial game for both these players. The Goblin Hut, of course, getting added over there to the deck of Spark, and he also has the Dark Prince to make sure that he can deal with all that splash damage coming in there from Potato. However, now we do see these amazing Rascals walking across the map to Potato's base, and to reply to that, he's himself dropped in his own bunch of Rascals. And it's going to be a good push, though. The Goblin Hut, in my opinion, is going to be tanking up much of those Rascal shots. Also, the Miner now going and just go and hit the Goblin Hut, not really aim for the tower, which is a good move coming in there from Spark. He's making sure that that continuous kind of chip damage can't really be done onto Spark's base. But on the other side, Potato now got to be careful. The Dark Prince has started chipping down on the tower. He's also got the Bats with him, and that's going to be a few extra shots on his tower. 1,116 HP on his tower, and he looks to be in a little bit of I wouldn't say a tough spot, but he's got to be a little careful over here. He can't really let Spark continuously keep doing that damage. Now, I did watch Spark play yesterday, and he had a very similar concept. He does like to chip as much as he can in the early stages of the game, and then one shot just aim for both the Princess Stars together. But as I see that, I mean, Potato going to do his own pushing over here. He has dropped in the skeleton barrel on the right-hand side Princess, and that's going to be a little bit of chip damage going in there on that Princess Tower. Meanwhile, he's also going to send the Miner on the left-hand side tower, but now the Inferno Dragon getting a connection on the Princess Tower, going to do a little bit of damage. While on the other end, we see Spark, who is doing his chip damage on the secondary tower of Potato. Both going to sit and collect that elixir. Now it is double elixir time, and now we see the drops coming in there. Potato going to drop down the skeleton barrel. They've also dropped down the giant. Meanwhile, we also see the defense coming around strong there with the Rascal drop coming in there from Spark. They are going to get a few shots here and then head towards this tower. Looking at both these two sides, I do have to say that I do like the way Spark has held his ground pretty strong till now. And now he is aiming directly for the Princess Tower. The Poison spell is doing quite a bit of damage. And with that Dark Prince in the front row, he is going to be able to take down the tower very convincingly for himself. And going to just hold his defense ground stronger. He has everything available. He does have the Rascals, the Bats, of course, to just chip down on that Miner tower. And this is mostly going to be Spark taking game 1. And good round coming in there from him. He did keep the momentum going. I like the way he shared the damage on both the towers quite equally. Of course, Uranium Potato doing pretty much the same situation, but I think he lacked actually just one aggressive card. If he maybe had a Prince or the Dark Prince or even a Balloon, as a matter of fact, to kind of take and soak in that damage, he could have performed even better. So let's see in game 2 how these two players are going to perform. Are they going to change their decks, or are they going to stick to the similar kind of card concept and just add an extra card here or there? So as we wait for this, I also want to mention that this is the promotion relegation round, and Spark seems to be one of those players who could really make it to the Masters League. With his performances against both the players he's played previously, he seems to be very, very confident coming into this matchup. So we are going to be heading in game number 2 now. And let's see what these two players have in store for us. I'm hoping to see whether they add the Bandit, and yes they do. Spark is going to add the Bandit card with the Rascals. He has the Miner and the Inferno. Meanwhile, Potato has opted to go for a Tornado, a little bit more defense coming in from his side. He does have the Tomb available, the Log available, also the Poison to keep things going. He's also added the Hog Rider. Now that is a brilliant move coming in from him. He did lack that aggression in the previous game, and he's making sure that this time a similar mistake doesn't happen. He's also going to add the Ice Wizard to his deck, so he's going to make sure that even if a very heavy drop comes inside from Spark's set, he'll be able to handle that push and also slow him down for a little while. But I do like the way the minions have been added to Spark's deck, so he's got a lot of defense on his side too, and the Ice Golem going to be the first card getting dropped there by Uranium Potato. He has dropped the Tomb, and that means that the Giant's got to wake his way to the Tomb. He also has a Bandit card if he decides to use it, but I would say he would just give it some time and just wait on and see how this is actually going to pan out for him. He's going to get hit there by the Ice Wizard for now. Going to mostly be able to take down the Bandit with the Princess doing the damage from the back lines. And now Mr. Solo Wizard just going to walk across that bridge, get one shot off on the Princess Tower, and just going to wait now. Inferno Dragon, of course, an interesting card drop over there. With the Dark Prince fares beautifully well, and with the Rascals getting added over there, he's all set with his push. The Inferno Dragon going to quickly chip down on that Tomb, but so many tiny skeletons to deal with, and not really going to have a favorable outcome over there for Spark. But now he knows the strategy Potato's trying to follow here, and with that Hog and Ice Golem getting dropped, it's Spark's turn to defend. He's going to start off with that Miner, the Bandit, of course, to deal with that Hog Rider, but the Poison getting dropped there. Beautiful counter coming in there from Uranium Potato, the only survivor, the Bandit, and I don't think even she's going to make it to the Princess Tower. Good defense coming in there for that Zeus drop. I call him Zeus because he's just so cool. And now if you look at this whole... I mean, it's 1 minute on the clock now, and I see that Spark is the one struggling this time, and it's not Uranium Potato. He's kind of slowed down his gameplay. He's making sure that he has the combination of his cards correctly placed, and now all he's got to do is wait for the right time to really place down that Hog Rider, hold his defense strong, and when the time is right, just place that Hog and get this few chip damage off the tower. He has to, of course, manage the Bandit, which he's going to handle with the Tornado, and now we see another beautiful drop coming in there from Spark. He's going to just get that Inferno Dragon and the Dark Princess. Uranium just gotta give it some time. He's gonna drop down that Hog now. This could be where he takes this win, but it's 216, 186, 162, and with that Log, 150, actually just 51 HP on a beautiful tower. And now all he's gotta do is hold his defense one more time, and he'll be able to manage everything out. But he has the Poison again, he has a Log again, and this is where everything goes south for Spark, and he will just have to take this loss and move on to game number 3. So it's going to be another game, and it's beautiful to see that these two players are going head to each other. Good add-on for Uranium Potato. That one aggressive card placed correctly, doing so much damage to Spark's card. I think this is the first time I've seen Spark get a little fidgety in the game. He's not really sure on how this loss really came his way. He had the defense placed correctly, but maybe he lacked a little bit in offense. So let's head into game number 3 now and see what these two players have in store for us. Spark's going to go ahead and change his deck, and so is Uranium Potato. Sparks picked up the Giant, the 3 Musketeers. He's also dropped in the Battle Ram. Now, I do feel his deck is too elixir heavy, and he'll have to be very careful about how he's going to place his drops. He's also added the elixir collector and the minion horde to his card placement, which is good one way, but I hope he gets the time to kind of place those cards down. But now we see Potato dropping his aggression over there. He's going to get beautiful shots off now on the tower. The Hog Rider taking down almost 1,000 HP off that tower, and now we see the Barbs on the other side doing a little bit more of damage on Potato's tower, but the Royal Ghost making sure that all the cleave damage, just deleting those goblins off the map. And now he himself is going to head to the tower. The bats are ready to start chipping on him, but not before he gets 2 shots on that tower. And now the bats got to make their way to Potato's base, but the princess being strong enough to deal with the bats herself, they don't really need an extra drop there. But Potato going to refollow what he likes to do the best. The Hog Rider gets dropped there, but the Musketeers a little bit not on the right position, I think, because 2 Musketeers is going to walk away, and with that, Spark is going to lose his first tower in this game. Of course, the Musketeers being a good drop there, but with the Battle Ram drop, now it is Spark's turn to start doing the damage. It's going to connect. No, it's going to miss a connect on the tower, and the Royal Ghost just going to be able to do a little bit of chip damage. With that log, he'll be able to make sure that his tower still stays there. And now it's Spark's turn to again make that drop there. He's going to drop the Giant, still not getting time to really drop the Elixir Collector, and that could be costly, but now Spark is on a good side because the Hunter is not available, and there's nothing to really deal with an aggressive push coming in there from Spark. And this is a beautiful position actually that Spark is in. He's got 1 tower, the other tower is at just 488 HP, and this is where you just talk about how patience is a key to a game. Now he did know that once he hits that 1 minute mark, he'll be able to drop these heavy cards so much more faster, and that's what actually is working in his favor. He doesn't really need to use the Elixir Collector, and as I speak of that, now Potato dropping his own set of Musketeers there with the minion horde. Spark's going to make sure that those Musketeers go nowhere apart from where they already came from. And another Giant drop coming in there, a lot of aggression, and I don't think Potato really has an answer for all these pushes coming his way. He could even get a 3 crown follower here, and the Giant standing strong, just gonna keep hitting that King Tower. 1 more shot, and I think that would be a good game, well played, coming in there from Uranium Potato. Wow, I like the way Spark plays. He loves to just be patient in the early stages of the game. He likes to see what his opponent has, what are the counters that he's looking to really deal with. And once he's got that momentum, once that clock hits just 1 minute more, he seems to completely change his gameplay, goes from defensive to complete aggression, shows his main card actually in just the second half of the game, which kind of makes him really understand that he is a kind of defensive player, but also he needs 1 more victory to kind of move ahead in this tournament. And as we speak of that, I see he's going to go back to his first deck. It's going to be the Rascals, the Miner, the Poison, the Zap. Meanwhile, we see Uranium Potato sticking to his present deck. He's going to remove 3 Musketeers completely, but he's going to stick to what he was best at, the defense cards. Now, as long as he can hold that Princess Tower alive, he'll be able to have a good shot at this game. But with Spark's deck, I feel his deck is just too strong right now. He does have the Goblin Hut, he's got the Ice Wizard, he's got the Dark Prince, he's got the Rascals, he's got the Spear Goblins, the Poison and the Zap. Now this could be a very risky combination for Potato to really deal with. He's got the Hog Rider, which was his MVP card the other time, and I hope to see whether he'll be able to play it at the correct interval of time to kind of get those shots off onto a Spark. But for now, we see a beautiful defense coming in there from Uranium. He's going to just make sure the Dark Prince is going nowhere. Nice inclination over there, and now he's just going to drop down the Spear Goblins and head towards the tower and make sure he gets a few shots. But now the Hog Rider comes into the story, gets distracted with that Goblin Hut, and he's going to be able to take down the Goblin Hut but not really head to the Princess. Good player. I'm excited to see which of these 2 players kind of work this out, because Uranium Potato this time has only made that slight switch, the Hog being the main card to be aggressive, but now Spark knows that, and he's always going to make sure that he has the diversion kept ready for the Hog. But as I speak of that now, Spark is just going to drop down that Miner, try a few chip damage shots on the Princess Tower, and now he's got to hold his defense strong. He does have the Rascals and the Dark Prince, but now the push is coming on both the sides. He's going to drop the Rascals for the left side tower where the Hog is standing, and he's going to drop the Dark Prince on the other side to just hold ground. Meanwhile, the Goblins is going to chip down on that Mega Minion and just keep things flowing for now for Spark. Miner getting chipped there, but the Tornado gonna wake up the King. And this is not something that Uranium really has to deal with, because Spark has to really worry now on how he plans to really play this correctly. There's going to be a lot of aggression coming in from the side of Uranium Potato, and his defense just went tenfold stronger with that King alive. But for now, we see the Dark Prince getting dropped there. Spark making sure that he keeps that aggression going. He cannot really give the opening to Uranium to use his cards, and he's going to use the Miner, but the King Sword just making so much of havoc now for him. The Hog Rider gets dropped there, gonna again charge towards the Goblin Hut. We see the Ice Wizard doing a few shots here, but at the end of the day, they both stand strong. Both the towers seem to be doing fine. 8 seconds on the clock. We're gonna head into overtime soon, and now the push is strong from Spark's side. He is going to get shot on that secondary tower by the Prince. But look at Uranium go. He's going to just make sure that he gets these few shots more. The Hog Rider again getting distracted there. He is trying so hard to reach that tower, but the way Spark places that Goblin Heart at the right time is just not giving him the opening he needs. And as I speak of that, the Miner again chipping down on the tower, and this is going so head-to-head. Both the towers are on almost equal HP. Another Goblin Hut gets dropped there. The Hog is just not able to do what he's meant to do, and he's just going to take a fall here again. And now it's Spark's turn to make sure that he can get the damage off. He does have the Miner in the second roll of cards. So let's see how this is going to fare for him. I do see Uranium having the upper hand in this one. So I'm hoping that he's able to take this game here. But his tower is chunking pretty low. 600 HP, 400 almost over there. But the Hog is again sent out with the Ice Golem. And I think he kind of lacks this just one extra card to kind of help the Hog to really reach the tower. But as I speak of that, the Zap gets used and the Poison gets dropped there, and almost 300 HP on the tower. This could go in anybody's favor actually. And now we see the Ice Villain getting dropped there just to make sure that the Dark Prince doesn't do that much. But again, the Miner getting moved to the King Tower and not being able to get those 2 extra hits that it needs to kind of take down the tower. But with that Poison and with that log getting thrown, I think Uranium Potato has got this one in the bag. And 26 HP, one more Zap spell, one more Poison to just do the trick. Now he's holding the defense. He's got to make sure the Miner doesn't reach that tower, and he's going to be able to do this, but the Poison going to secure that victory for him right before he could have taken a fall to the secondary tower. But well played over there by both the players. I mean, Uranium keeping calm over there in the most critical situations. May have to really understand that if there are going to be these towers involved, maybe other than the Hog, he would have to add another card to the whole mix. And if he does that, maybe he could have an easier game further. Moving into game number 5, I hope to see whether they stick to the similar decks. I've not really seen these two players use the P.E.K.K.A. or even the Golem card to be more keen. So I think they are more of the players who like to really play the small elixir game, which works in their favor. For now, I see Spark. He has added the Giant and the Elixir Collector to his deck, which means we could think that he's got 3 Musketeers too, and he does. Meanwhile, Uranium Potato gonna take one of those headlines from Spark's book and just gonna add that Goblin Hut to his deck too. And the Miner now going to the Elixir Collector. He doesn't really want that Collector to start already causing too much pain for himself on his side. And the Miner seems to be doing pretty fine over there. And now we see another big drop coming in there from Uranium. He's going to drop down that Dark Prince. The Zap going to make sure that the Dark Prince shield gets dropped there. Meanwhile, a Battle Ram just walking around the map and just taking the Dark Prince with him. But the Giant now being the main MVP in this, now he reaches the tower, there could be a lot of trouble coming to Uranium's side. With that, the Goblin Gang to follow him through. The Rascals get dropped, but is it going to be enough to deal with that Giant? He's going to make his way through, and it is going to be enough at the end of the day. And now we do see Potato on the aggressive side. He is walking towards the tower. We see a few shots, but at the end of the day, we do see the Potato is a little bit of a lead here. We do see a 1,700 HP tower on Spark's side, which means that he's got to wait those other 30 seconds to really make his deck come to full swing potential. And as we speak of that, the Miner gets dropped down again, and he just does not want that Collector to be seen on the map. And the Battle Ram, of course, trying to do what he can, but the Bat's making sure that the space is created so that they don't really get to the tower. Taking that leaf of just putting that Goblin Hut seems to be very, very effective for Uranium over here. And another set of Bats and Goblins just fighting their way in the bridge. And now it's just going to come down to the double elixir count. The giant gets dropped there again. The rascal's taking a fall there also. And also the bats getting added to the whole mix. The battle ram getting a fall. And the goblin gang going to make sure that the miner doesn't really do a lot of damage here. But that zap is going to make sure that Uranium's bats just go down real quick. And this is the time I think that Spark really needs to make sure that his aggression is on point. The Dark Prince is in the midst of things. But now is where he's just going to drop down that giant again. He's also dropped down the minion horde. But the poison doing so much damage over here and going to just destroy that beautiful push created by Spark. Also the battle ram just going in circles and circles, and now it's all up to Spark to hold his defense. The Dark Prince coming into the fight again. There is a double Dark Prince on this map, and I'm just hoping to see whether Uranium is able to just take down this whole thing. But again, the minion horde doing so much damage, but it's going to take a fall finally, and it's going to be Uranium coming on top at the end of the day of this beautiful best of 5 matchup. Beautiful gameplay coming in there by him. Spark, of course, to a very certain extent, very confident in all those battles. But I wouldn't even say misplays. It was just maybe the cycling of cards for him were just not right. But Uranium making the most of this opportunity, learning from his opponent and converting that into his own push, which kind of leads me to think that the fall season Master League this year is going to have a very interesting player entering it. So congratulations to you, Uranium, and let's send it back to the studio.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership Summer Season Challenger Series Studio segment. And what a good game that was, Vagish.
GGWP.
Yeah, well, Uranium Potato, ladies and gentlemen, is a clear winner. A good game, 3-2. And what can I say about Uranium? The guy actually tried to climb through in 2017. And he did, what can I say? His mission.
I see you're having the same issue which I have when I sit on that seat. Forget the keywords. Very interesting, very interesting. No, he did try to go into the Masters League in 2017. Couldn't back then. Now, he's in the fall season. He's in the Masters League, as we have stated before. So, looking forward to have this guy, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this guy has done a great job, succeeded well. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the teams that have qualified for the next series. Well, for the next challengers, we have Mrin, Jimit, Tahir, and Deepak Mehudi Mehta. What do you have to say about that?
Not expected at all. Not expected at all. Like I said, Mrin did not expect. I did not expect Jimit Bhatt to go down. I did not expect Mehudi, Tahir. All these 4 names are associated with the Premiership for a long time, and we've seen them in the Masters for a long time. Not that we haven't gotten bored of seeing them, it's just that we expect them to be in the Masters because they're they're few of the most experienced players there, right? But sadly, what to do? Such is life.
Well, moving on for the next Masters, the Masters of the fall season, we have Matt King, Dap Cats, Uranium Potato, and Roman Reigns. Very fancy names.
Yes, I was just doing the dab. Yeah, but it's pretty rad that we'll have some new faces. In fact, what's on a side note, what's really comical is that each time you look into your list of people coming into the Masters League for the fall season, can we have the center cam? So if you look at our feed, which you guys can't see, it looks like you're looking at a table. I'm not kidding. Look. It looks like you're looking at a table. There's nothing there. It's magic. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. We've hidden this fact from you guys for quite some time. This is not a table. This is a one-way LED sheet. So we get our information here. You will not see it. Only we will see it. And
true that.
Yeah. And move. Thank you, production, for making me look like an nincompoop. But yes, I think it's time for us to go to a break while I crack a few knuckles, which will also include some bones which are not mine.
But before, guys, we go to the break, let's also mention about the upcoming LAN finale.
What about it?
Well, land finale, ladies and gentlemen, 23rd and 24th of June is going to happen at Phoenix Market City, Kurla. It's going to be a two-day event where there'll be a lot of exciting activities such as esports, cosplay, experience zones, giveaways, and stand-up acts and much more. This event, ladies and gentlemen, is going to take place in Mumbai.
Are you going to clarify to them that the stand-up act is me?
Oh. Stand-up act, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be none other than our very own Abhish Matthew and Gaurav Kapoor. And also Godslayer, if he wants to come on that stage.
Let's just go to break. I have 2 different bone sets to break now.
Well, let's get set, ladies and gentlemen, because we have our next game, CSGO, next in line.
No regrets tied to the things we leave behind.
You have that disadvantage coming in the field. He might not feel them, but look, they're getting both the frags. Baba being a beast right there. Oh my!
Agree with you. It's going to be a fast peek from Spawn. He's going to peek out again. He finds another one. Kill is once again there. What a god. His Spawn is just going off, looking for more. Gets the quad kill. Side to side, 3 times 3 kills to life. However, he's got the Emperor out, and Cyborg gets the bomb down in time. Huge play coming up.
Will get taken down. Go for the second frag as well. He's going to get it. What is even happening? And Buster is going to go down as well. And Manan with the God's Ear play coming in. Red trying to find the frag, but Manan sees Ren being taken out and Buster. Oh my god. Just spraying them down all together.
It might just prove to be huge, and I like this double setup towards Shelter. Escali. What? The harbinger of death, destruction, and you get the drift, but Batman has got something to say about it. One kill out! Here then! No regrets tied to brand new possibilities.
Flat gets the first one, he's almost get the second, and the Major is going to get taken down. Trans, you god, what was that round from
just farming that cash.
his Mask of Madness. Banshee tries to get the fight going, but the rolling boulder is there. The shield crash as well. Wukong's command as well as the boundary strike. But Nick taking more damage than he's dishing out. He's going to end up falling. The boundary strike is there along with the call down. They'll take down the Ace. Just a dead one doing a fair amount of work. Evil Ash will fall, but he does drop the mask up at once. Unfortunately, though, the laser, the eclipse, it bounces around. It's just too much. And Burisa Youth, they'll tap out. Blizzard has the Jingle, moves in, finds the Doom, gets Doom but doesn't care. Moon standing in the Static Storm will end up falling down. Heist being controlled by the Rolling Thunder. Avada glimpsed out of position. The Nightmare won't do much. Rehard TP's in, doesn't do squat either. But Signify, they get all 5 heroes from the side of Reckoning Infinity and they move. With the Walrus Fund, Sidestorm on the floor, but what? What was that glimpse? Why? There's the epicenter and the power strike coming through. Micro coughing a fair amount of damage. Quick heal scepter, buys in time. Darshan bouncing around in the shots with the snowball. Taking Darshan within him, Butter moves forward. Rolling Thunder still doing a bit of work, the Swashbuckle. Bringing Axel low, but the power strike is there. Quick scream coming out. Micro's got it on. The call down is there with the flak cannon. They bring down the Death Prophet. Butter teaming up with Darshan finds the Queen of Pain, but Dreamy, he's in a world of hurt. The bar strike, the will buy time. Dreamy could possibly looks to turn things around here, but Darshan with the Swashbuckle finds himself a double. Looking at quick skewer, they've got no chance. No chance has got to be careful, but elsewhere Blizzard that ends up falling. The Light Stealer getting a double in, no chance with the Rupture upon him. Drops the cast, tries to run the Supernova, stunning a bunch, but where's the follow-up damage? They're trying to deal with the Witch Doctor, no chance. Force stuffed out of there, still dropping really low. Will not end up falling as the Bloodseeker falls in there. Swifty. Two-man coil catches the Magnus and the Phoenix without the Supernova is nothing but food. As Blizzard gets himself an ultra kill in Signify.
With fallen trees, it's hard to breathe, but I will keep fighting. With broken walls, nowhere to fall, but I will keep climbing. I can't see, I'm in the dark, surrounded by sharks that cloud over me. I can't see, I'm in the dark, surrounded by sharks that cloud over me. Just take me home, just take me home. Now the sky is falling, don't let it fall, don't let me go. Now the sky is falling down, 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 down on me. Down, 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 down on me. can't see, I'm in the dark, surrounded by sharks, big cloud over me. Now the sky.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership Summer Season Challenger Series 2018 that is brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel and organized by Northern Gaming and ESL. Our next game, CSGO, where we have JHS taking on Placeholder. What do you have to say about that?
Nothing much. Placeholder is basically the Optic India team, Optic Gaming India team. Yeah. And they're known as the Green Wall, for that point of matter. And yeah, not much is known about these two teams.
Well, before we talk about these two teams, let's first talk about the teams that have qualified for the LAN finale. Can we have a look at the graphics, please, that can show us? Well, we have Brutality, the Comeback Kings. We have Invictus, the undisputed champion, Too Easy, and Entity, the one of the most experienced teams.
Yeah, I mean, Entity is in at the Masters League, and that too in the LAN finale because of Too Easy Gaming. Let's not give them the credit more than they deserve. So they what? Oh yeah, so they production just informed me why. So they were in the situation, this predicament of being in the Masters League but not coming to the LAN finale because I think it was Aquitus who was in the server and our ops team found out that their coach is in the server, which is legally an offense. You can't have that. So they were given off a warning and they had to cede that match to the opposition at that time. So the trouble started with that, and then we've had not so very consistent performances from Entity Gaming. So predominantly it became, so the Masters League in CSGO, when it comes to the 4th, 5th and 6th position and who would be coming to the LAN finale, it became like IPL. Like Entity Gaming was at the mercy of Too Easy. Like hopefully if Too Easy qualified with certain points, so then only Entity would have qualified with certain points and made it to the LAN finale. Otherwise, not so much.
Well, let's hope that Entity proves itself at the LAN finale.
They better. Simar said he was celebrating his birthday with quite some bash there. I'm pretty sure if that could have been utilized, practice more, then sure. You wouldn't not have been at the mercy of Too Easy Gaming.
Well, congratulations to the teams. And let's look at our first team, ladies and gentlemen, JHS. JHS for you, ladies and gentlemen. The team is based in Mumbai. It has played in challenges number 1 and 2 and, well, has qualified for the...
They have qualified?
I was going to say Masters League. Well, anyway.
They have qualified? I was just looking, they have qualified?
Well, so, ladies and gentlemen, moving further, let's have a look at our second team, Placeholder. Placeholder, as Godslayer mentioned, has the members of the upcoming Optic India roster.
No more upcoming. They are already Optic India.
Oh, yeah, they're already Optic. They are grand. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the team came second in the Starters Cup number 3 and is eyeing for a spot at the Fall Season Masters League. Well, before we move further, let's talk about the teams that have qualified for the upcoming series. So if we can just have a look at the graphics. Well, so if you see for the Masters League, we have...
Yeah, the relegations, SRA, EAT, Vagband war. Vagband did try, not so much. Expect them to rise up again. Wargaming, I have zero idea. I didn't even see a single match of Wargaming. If I maybe I did, I forgot. Or maybe I forgot because they did not make any impact at all. EOT, again, bad luck. Bad luck. Also, not so much of an exemplary gameplay. SRA, Slaughter Rage Army, could have made it to the Masters, sustained in the Masters, but sadly, again, bad luck. Sometimes we've got 4 teams also coming up from the Challenger series to the Masters. We have got Particles, we have Placeholder, which is Optic Gaming, we have JHS and Dark Side, who are from Kuwait.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been confirmed from our production that the map for today's game will be Mirage. So moving on, let's move to the main game, the shootout. Or I would say the match, because whenever I say shooter, Mamba is like, no, it's the match. You call it the match. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to CSGO.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership. We are live with this challenger game between Placeholders, aka Ux and Friends, aka Almost Optic India, versus Just Headshot or JHS Gaming. Today's map is going to be on Mirage. And, well, with me always is the ever charismatic, ever jovial, ever so enthusiastic Mr. Mamba SR.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and I actually had to mute my mic because I don't know, there's something going on in the background. But getting back to the game today, this is going to be interesting because we now already know the lineup for Optic Gaming. And looking at it, it's going to be Moon, Forsaken, Ux, Havan, and Formless. But in the meantime, Harsh is going to find the opening towards the B-bomb side. It is going to be Ux who's going to get taken down. And that is a decent start for JHS in this round.
Yeah, I mean, man advantage right off the bat. Can't ask for anything better. But now the A fake, okay, that kind of didn't go according to plan. The double fake. The plants. Oh my god, what a shot from Bad Love. Hayvan, the only player getting any sort of kills this round. He's the last player left alive. He's getting chased down. He's going to go make his way towards Market. Try and get a kill or two. And nope. Star is just going to put 199 bullet between his eyes. And Just Headshots living up to their name. That was Just Headshots coming out from JHS Gaming. And they win the pistol round pretty cleanly and pretty convincingly.
Yeah, that's true. But just one thing I really want to point out, it's a .45. It's a Heckler and Koch USP, right? Rather than it being a Glock. So all of these bullets, I used to actually be a pretty big fan of guns, you know, when I grew up. So it's just a thing when I hear about weapons. But nonetheless, getting back to it, it's going to be the CD side picking up the first round. GHS going off on a decent start, but you know, placeholders aren't really no-namers, right? We all know them. We all know how capable these guys are, so I'm not really worried about them. I'm worried about JHS, though, in this matchup. How are they going to try and figure out how Placeholder is going to be playing this matchup? Because, you know, they've already qualified, so they don't really have to try hard. But I'm presuming they still will be trying hard because, you know, why not? You know, winning is their habit, right? So, Harshin starting some sort of damage. They're going to be falling back. It is going to be Ox is going to wait it out towards A slope, and Star just waiting it out with the scout. Has a smoke as well, so if he has to retreat, could use that smoke to his advantage. But Harsh with the FAMAS, and Ux is going to find the opening onto Nepu with the CZ75. And look at Ux just, you know, wiggling around towards jungle, just playing with Star. And Star is going to go down as well. How, though? How does that shot connect? Star was not even in his crosshairs, or maybe it's just because we were on 32 tick. But Bad Love is going to find the opening. It's going to be Formless is going to get taken down after getting the bomb down. So the C4 in the anti-eco is going to get planted. Ux is going to be on the lurk, but the flashbang coming in from the CD is going to blind himself. And Bad Love is going to get taken down by Forsaken, and Ux being pre-fired across the corner will go down as well. And Heaven is going to fall to Harsh, and Forsaken does not have to take this fight right now, but just delaying it as much as he can. Moon is waiting it out towards Connector, does not have to go out. So they're playing it really safely. But now Moon is going to chime in with the frag onto Harsh, and that was a really good frag coming from UN as well, because of the fact that it's a hard situation to be in, and Moon just wasting time all that he can. He's going to be fighting, he's not going to connect the shot, and somehow the CD side is going to manage to pull the round off, and UN just being so lucky, right? The one bullet was all that was needed.
Unfortunate that the Deagle, not the best weapon to spray into smoke, especially when it's not exactly planted for you. I mean, again, Placeholder is doing a good job. JHS decent on the retake, but they lose all their players. And the fact of the matter is now, Hewan will have a very good read on JHS's economy. And that's why you can see that they've gone for the force buy. Also that Famar saved and carried forward by Moon. Pretty decent buy coming in from them. It's pretty even. Ux with that CZ, we all saw what this man can do with just the CZ. Well, he's a very close friend of mine. We work together. We more or less live together. And he is a beast with the CZ.
That is true, and he actually showed that to us. Says, look at that push. This is so smart. I mean, he's gonna wait around the corner. That was actually really smart of us to go there. He's gonna wait for the smoke to fade away, and it's gonna be Nepu who's gonna get caught off guard. And actually, it's gonna be Moon who's gonna find the frag. I don't know why he called him Papu right there, but UN is gonna fall after getting the frag onto Forsaken. But I don't know how to pronounce it. UN. Ux again! He's gonna chime in. Gets the frag onto start. I don't even know. This guy's a monster. He has gotten 4 kills in 2 rounds. So just the CZ75 in battle against the frag onto Formless. He's going to reduce it to a 2v3, but Moons is being so aggressive. It's gonna fall somehow. He's not going to be able to get that frag. And Ux is low. He's on 19 points left. So Hewan will have to do most of the work. And you know what? I'm actually gonna stop talking because Ux is just so smart. He's literally outsmarting their opponents. He's not even trying right now. It's just walking into the bomb sites.
And that's basically RIP to the JHS economy. That round, one round, that force by paying huge dividends. And Ux, I mean, you know, we often joke around. Akshay says that I wish I were 5 years younger. I'd show these kids how this game is played. Because, I mean, Van's 30 now and he's still playing as though like this game means everything to him. And it shows the way his mechanics have improved and the fact that, you know, all this experience actually helps him to get into these advantageous positions. But I like what Juven's doing, that aggression. Will Formless be aware of it? He does have a UMP, but up close and personal. Oh my god, Formless showing that optic class. By the way, he's borrowed my knife. He needs to give it back now that he's an optic. He can afford his own knife, I'm assuming.
Well, I'm fairly certain he'll be able to afford his own knife, but no one really wants to like go to C-Mark and buy a knife, you know. No one wants to do that. I mean, both the knives I own, I haven't really bought them. Both of them were gifts. So.
You have good friends, my friend. You have very good friends. But yeah, man advantage to placeholders, and well, it is more or less a force buy coming out from JHS, but we've seen teams struggle in the past with the force buys, the anti-force buys. Will placeholders be able to see their way through? Moon, now he's one of the players who doesn't get talked about too much, but one of the best aimers in the country that I have had the pleasure of casting, playing with, and getting owned by almost, you know, on a daily basis. He plays a lot of So Strong, and he's got skills for days.
And if we can just, you know, gather that experience and start thinking his, you know, moves through, I think he's going to be one of the best players in the country. And well, Moon is going to go down. We were talking about his aim, and he just goes on to discuss and be like, oh, you're wrong. Nepu is going to find that headshot onto Ux, just waiting around the corner. The crosser placement being on point and Ux being taken down right there. It's going to be forcing Hewan and Formless. And is it the curse of the force buys for Fed? I don't know what it is going to be like, but well, they have decent post-plans. Hewan is going to go in for the flash, or maybe not. It is going to be Formless who's going to find the frag. Flashbang going up, which is not going to blind anyone but his team. Mid and Star is going to go down. Harsh is going to find the frag on the Forsaken. And it's going to be Formless is going to go down as well. So it is going to be Harsh all alone. Actually, for Hewan all alone in a 1v2. Can he pull this off though? Nepu is waiting it out, and he's going to chime around. He's going to go around the corner. He's going to get taken down. This should not have happened, but they wasted enough time. They wasted enough time in placeholders. Well, they pull up the second round as well.
I mean, clearly Mirage is one of the maps that they may want to work a little harder on. Those post plans a bit suspect, and obviously, you know, whiffing your shots when push comes to shove is not something, you know, anyone wants to see or do. But like I said, this is still early days, and goes a tide. JHS, well, they're going to force it up yet again. Armor pistols, I mean, they have enough money in the bank, and the fact of the matter is placeholders economy isn't looking that great. And I like what Forsaken's doing. He's picked up the Mac 10. No head armor on any of the opponents, so he can do some serious damage. But look at Ux, he's just YOLO. It's like he's found the W key on his keyboard and has fallen instantly in love with it. He's already up to mix. Yeah.
Well, again, you know, making his way towards B bombs. I'm really sorry to cut you off right there, but he's doing a really good job right now. Oh, okay.
What?
Okay, this is surprising. I mean, I'm actually blown away right now.
Ux should just be playing with that CZ.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, even his positioning, right? I'm fairly certain he knows what angles he was exposed by. Probably just did not expect Hush to be there. But he's gonna fall nonetheless. And it's gonna be Forsaken who's gonna pick up the AK-47, waited out. Star is gonna go around the corner, just waiting it around the Palace. And Formless lurking towards A Palace now. It is going to be a B hit. Formless will have a lot to do. Oh no, man, it's gonna be a A hit. I read the map wrong. Wow. But Formless just waiting it out inside Palace. Star at the spam box. Mortar is going to go out as well. Formless, he's going to get taken down by Nepu. And Moon not being able to get the revenge frag. It is going to be really hard for them. And you will. Oh boy. Oh boy. It is the curse of the Force by his fate.
It is indeed. And Forsaken, he's in connect. Needs to be careful. He's exposed from CT. There's 3 players over towards the A bomb side. It's down to Forsaken all alone in a 1v4. He's done this quite often on Next. There we go. Gets 1 kill. Can he get 3 more? It's looking highly unlikely. But if anyone can, this man can. He was phenomenal at the... Oh, he's dead. All right, cool. And just like that, JHS win a round. And I think I've lost count of the number of times I've said this, but that they had absolutely no right whatsoever winning. And that's the placeholder economy getting completely and utterly destroyed and dumpstered. Well, let's see. Let's see if they have a way back. And there we go, Ux with the CZ. Now we know that we can expect some destruction coming out from, well, that weapon in particular.
So Ux has 4 kills and in 5 rounds, and all the 4 kills have come from the CZ.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna go into the B bombs and trying to be aggressive as he can, and the smoke going out. Is that a one-way? I think that is a one-way. Or maybe not. He's just gonna make his way towards the B bomb side though. Look at that. Hush is still waiting it out. He's gonna hear Hush coming up on top of the van, and he's still waiting. He knows where the CT is. He's gonna get destroyed by Hush. And this time around though, the CC not really working out in his favor. So the first fight coming in. Placeholder trying really hard, and Haiwan is gonna find the opening. It's gonna be Battler is gonna get taken down. Trying going for the second one. Hush is gonna survive. He's not going to get taken down. He's gonna get the second one as well. Forsaken is gonna fall. And that was such a good play. But nonetheless, he still has more players to take care of before any sort of backup comes in. But Formless is going to get taken out, and Hush, I think, just lagged out right there. And I think everyone on the CD side has lagged out. So this should be a free round if Moon realizes that. Because I'd be really surprised why the CD did not move. But, we have all the information. Moon just waiting it out. If you could have if we just look at Moon right now, he's just so scared, right? He has absolutely no idea the CD side has timed out. He's gonna go around the corner. Now he knows.
Now he should know.
Now he knows that the CD side has timed out. So just plant the bomb down, go around the map, try and figure out. And, well, the pause has come in. But according to the rules, this round cannot be replayed because the frags had been exchanged. And, well, that is just going to be an easy peasy round for Placeholder, which they shouldn't really have won.
Yeah, I mean, this is unfortunate. But, well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Chat apparently is complaining about my voice cracking, and even that can't really be helped. It's nobody's fault really. It's been raining like crazy over the past 2 days in Bangalore, which means my internet has essentially just given up. It's crazy losses across the board. So there we go. The instant disapparition of the CT side. Bye bye, Miss Goodnight. And we have scores are tied yet again, 3-3. And all squared, and now we wait for the CT side to join back into the server.
Yeah, in the meantime, I mean, it's really unfortunate, right? And it doesn't matter how many precautions you take if something bad is going to happen, it's going to happen, right? And in the end, it's just the fact that we don't really have infrastructure which is as good as the other countries, so to speak. And sometimes having 2 internet connections is also not a solution, because I remember both of my switches are jammed up, and it never really happened, right? In 2 years of me owning 2 different connections, and then I was like, maybe just the cable got cut, and the next day I find out it was due to electricity fluctuation. Both the switches got jammed, and all I had to do was go down and restart them. So,
well, I mean, this is life, right? We're all just pawns in Murphy's, supreme game. We're all at the mercy of Mr. Murphy, and his law shall govern our lives till kingdom come. And Murphy's law,
I'm actually unaware about the backstory of Murphy's law. Do you have any idea about it?
I mean, there's no backstory as such. Like he just said that everything that can happen will happen at some time, and it's generally given a negative connotation in terms of like whenever something goes wrong with production, even though you've planned for every contingency, every outcome, but all of a sudden there's a lightning strike on your building and everything just goes kaput. And you're like, Yeah,
I think
Murphy
it was a
wasn't kind
PGL
to us
major
today.
when it happened. They had the mainstream, their backup, and the backup for the backup. All three of them went down.
Yeah,
And that was
remember
really,
PGL Krakow? That's what happened there as well. So PGL Krakow majors, right? The entire city of Krakow just lost internet. Like something catastrophic happened at the data center, and all three major ISPs of the entire city were down. So, like you said, the primary internet, the backup internet, and the backup for that backup internet all down simultaneously at the same time. It was just ridiculous, and then everybody's blaming PGL. I mean, how can any contingency, encompass the fact that everything is down? Nothing can.
I'm just waiting for someone in the chat to say Geo 4G.
Yeah, well, even that would have been down because Geo 4G would also route off of something.
Exactly, right?
Along the lines of a common server. Like, nothing was working in that city. No internet. And I just felt bad for PGL at that moment, and the viewers and everybody. Like, I can understand why the frustration from the viewers' point of view, but also because, we're a part of the production team. We know what goes on in the back end. I can totally sympathize with how frustrated and helpless the guys in the production team would have been feeling at that point.
That's true. That is true. And when there are also times when when viewers don't even realize that something went wrong, right? Because it just seems like a flicker. And I really want to bring this example up from ROG Masters last year in Bangalore. It was a LAN event, and I think most of the people in the arena in the hotel didn't really know what happened. First stream went down. The first VMix PC crashed. They brought up the backup in about 5 to 7 seconds, or more, a little more than that. And actually, it was under 30 seconds. Never mind. But it's not enough time for you to realize something went wrong. You might just think it's probably a glitch. But they literally had the second stream up in less than 30 seconds, and that's something that's really brilliant. And this is on top of the fact that entire production crew had not slept for like more than 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's just insane, and that is the effort that goes behind a Counter-Strike production, ladies and gentlemen, who are watching us right now. I'm just getting news in from production as I sing their praises that all of JHS have lost power simultaneously. So we're going to be taking a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back just as soon as JHS are back in the server.
They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
guy's out.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers: the professional tier, the Master League; the semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series; the Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2, and 3. But this is no easy task. At the end of every phase, the bottom 2 contestants are dropped out. They are replaced by the top teams from the Starter Cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series are rewarded with promotion to the Master League. The top 4 teams will proceed to play in the next season's Masters League. Meanwhile, the Master League runs uninterrupted until the end of the season. The 12 champions will constantly try to establish their dominance over the others. But at the end of a season, the bottom 4 teams are relegated to the Challenger Series, while the top 4 play at the land finale for the top prize. ESL India Premiership 2018 begins in April. The registrations are on, so make sure you sign up now.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
This is the first ever Omen X laptop for gamers that go to extremes. Gear up with the machine designed for total domination and engineered for gaming in stunning 4K. Equipped with the latest Intel Core processors, it gives you the power to be relentless. With a 17.3-inch diagonal screen and desktop-class graphics, you get maximum performance to be victorious anywhere. With multiple fans and large exhaust vents, heat is transferred away from critical components for dynamic overclocking. Ramp up boot times, game loading, and overall system responsiveness with optional RAID 0 SSD configurability. An RGB LED backlit mechanical keyboard lets you program each individually lit key to create customized key maps that switch seamlessly between games. With 2.5mm travel and in-key rollover, you can take out your competition with more accuracy and precision. Designed for extreme immersion, DTS Headphone X technology comes built in for surround sound experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. With the addition of a VR headset, gamers can step inside a completely immersive world for an elevated gaming experience. Single-panel access to key components makes serviceability and upgrading easy, so you won't be sidelined or held back on your road to supremacy. It has a brushed aluminum finish on an armor-like chassis. A jet fighter-like construction with hidden lift hinges ensures you're always at the ready. And with striking lighting effects and see-through window to components, others will know too. Unleash your fiercest gameplay anywhere with the extreme performance of the new Omen X laptop.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership Summer Season Challenger Series Studio segment. And, well, what to say about this match, Wagish will tell you.
Oh, yeah. So, due to some really, really intense circumstances which are mostly present in our country, which is called power outage, Team GHS lost electricity and they were unable to join us in time. Apparently, the rule states that a team, if they disconnect at the DC, they have 15 minutes to come back into the server, and they have to have like around minimum of 4 players. So apparently, I was informed by my League Ops personnel, Anuj Bulls Bhutani, that apparently they all ran to some cafe and only one person made it. I'm unsure how all like 5 run to a cafe and only one is online in the first place. So I don't know, but apparently there was some halabaloo to and fro of adjectives and verbs. And then apparently a common consensus was reached that, hey, you know what, let's just continue the game. Optic Gaming is being benevolent by giving Team GHS their timeout. When I say Optic Gaming, it's basically Ux, because he's a gentle giant like Gotham. He likes being benevolent. So shout out to Ux for sparing Team GHS the agony of being forfeiting this game. So this match is going to be happening off stream. We will keep updating you guys about the score. But that is what we have for CSGO. We will take a quick break, I think, and go off to Dota 2.
Yep. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership Summer Season Challenger Series 2018 that is brought to you by owned by HP, HyperX, and Intel, and organized by Northern Gaming and ESL. I'm your host, Harship Mandrawat, and with me is Angie. How are you doing, Angie, today?
Well, not at the best, but pretty good.
You want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, moving on, we have Dope Gaming that will be taking on Vibe, ladies and gentlemen. But before we go, let's talk about the LAN, the most awaited LAN that is going to take place. You want to say anything about that?
Well, it's exciting to see. I mean, the teams this time are very similar to last year's winter season. But the most exciting part for me about the LAN is that this time the winter season finale winners, Signify, who were undefeated in winter, finally have been defeated coming into the summer.
Well, we see ROG Titans, Signify, Reckoning Esports, and Team Buriza. Do you think do you really feel that these are the teams that deserve to go to the LAN finale?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we talk about ROG Titans, Signify, Reckoning Esports, these three slots, I really expected top three teams to make it there. Team Buriza, on the other hand, have really been so... I would say they've just learned with every single game playing the ESL. Also, I feel with the boot camp coming in, it makes a big difference to a team to be able to sit there, practice with your team, spend time with your team. And at the end of the day, I think that's why today they are sitting at such a high spot. And seeing them in a LAN finale could be very interesting. Of course, the people they're going up against, I think this is a time where Team Buriza is going to be like, we got to sit down, put our best foot forward, practice really hard. We had about like 20 days before the LAN finale, and these 20 days are the most crucial for all these teams, especially Reckoning and Buriza. They are going up against really tough competition. Now, I somehow feel that ROG Titans, Signify sit on the same level when it comes to gameplay, it comes to the way they play, the veterans in the community. But Reckoning Esports and Team Buriza are two teams who have to really, if they win this, if they win the LAN finale by any chance, it'll be the most phenomenal games I would ever see, because if they're going to be able to match to the caliber of these other two teams, I would be like, that would be the change to Indian esports DOTA too, because I've been in this field for so long and I've seen these names in these particular teams so many times in so many tournaments, and it's always a given that either Signify will take it or ROG will take it. But this time I do feel that even Reckoning Esports and Team Buriza have the same amount of potential coming into that. And one of the major reasons I would say is that because all these four teams are boot camp teams, they all have a team ground, they all practice every single day. And that's revolutionary for Indian esports.
Well, before we move further, let's also have a look at the promotion and relegations.
Yes.
Okay, so for the Masters League, we have Akatsuki, the Council, Nefarious, and Alpha Esports. And for the Challengers League, we have Vibe, Neon Esports, NCGC, and Alpha Gaming. What do you have to say about these teams?
I mean, it's a little saddening to see Akatsuki and Council in the last four slots. I mean, they've been playing really well. It's more to do with their team composition being a little mixed up this time. Akatsuki was struggling in between when we spoke about roster changes. They had to keep trying out new players, which kind of made them lose a lot of points in the ESL India Premiership. But talking about Nefarious and Alpha, I mean, today's matchup, which is against Vibe. Now, Vibe is a team that has actually taken in 2 players from Nefarious, and they're playing the Challenger League. Okay. So, I mean, I guess when you lose 2 from 1, you have a better chance at making it back when it comes to the fall season. And maybe I'm hoping that Vibe will be able to outshine Nefarious when it comes to the Masters League in the fall season. I would somewhere say that maybe I'm rooting for them, that Vibe makes it through, because they have the players and the caliber to make it to the Masters League. Talking about Neon Gaming, Alpha Gaming, Alpha, oh my god, this team is just phenomenal. They're from Malaysia, exciting, very known players. And I feel that they're going to really make it through and come to the Masters League. And fall season is going to be filled with some of the best teams in the SEA server that are playing as of now, and they should be. I mean, we have got an amazing prize pool. We have a 1 crore prize pool, and I don't see only Indian teams fighting for that anymore. I feel that anybody in Asia would be like, hey, you know what, that's a lot of money, and let's give it a best shot and see how far we can take it. But like I said, a little saddened to see Council there. I hope that they are able to make their way back to the Masters League somehow. And Akatsuki, just because they've been part of the ESL for so long, I'm a little saddened to see them in the Challenger League, yes.
Well, this is some interesting information given by Angie, and 1 crore is the prize pool for the main LAN event that will be taking place in Mumbai. And this is going to take place at Phoenix Market City on the 23rd and the 24th of June. This year, and we'll have some interesting things. It's going to be a 2-day tournament where we are going to have esports, cosplay, experience zones, giveaways, and much more. Our 2 main guests will be Godslayer, Avish Matthew, and Gaurav Kapoor, ladies and gentlemen.
I think this is the first time in the ESL we are having a stand-up comedy, which is very exciting because I like the merger of having a lot of grounds on the same esports platform, because it's always not about it's about a celebration, right? We're celebrating esports, and what's the best way to do it without music and a little bit of comedy to go with it? So I'm really excited about the LAN finale this year.
Well, Godslayer, आप सबके अपने हो तो आप जो चाहे आप हो, आप मेहमान भी हो, आप कुछ भी हो जो आप चाहे. Anyway, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. So main game. Let's talk about that. Dope Gaming, the dopey name, taking on Viber. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at our first team, Dope Gaming for you. Dope Gaming for you, ladies and gentlemen. The team is from Mumbai, played in the 2017 fall season, started this year with challenges, the first challenges, and has progressed to the third one. What do you want to say about this team?
I mean, Dope, we saw them play even yesterday, and they had a pretty good performance over there. If you guys already don't know, Dope Gaming also has players from Team XRG, which recently also performed in the ESL India Premiership, I think in the 2017 Winter Edition, if I'm not wrong. And as a team composition, I think they are pretty good. And being part of the Masters League, if they are part of the Masters League, I think they'll fit in very well. Because I mean, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, it's just a name. After all, it goes with what your team composition is. And all these players have played the ESL, they've played so many LAN tournaments already that they come with that experience. So I hope to see them make it all the way to the Masters League in the fall season, because if they're made it to the top of the Challenger League, I bet they have it in them to make it to the Masters League.
Well, Dope seems to be having a lot of potential. Moving on, let's have a look at our second team, Vibe. Hey, यहाँ तो चश्मिश बैठे हैं, according to the production team. And well, moving on. Well, does Vibe give you good vibes?
Well, I think any team that plays really well gives me good vibes, because it's a passion that kind of draws you to the game. Talking about Vibe in general, I mean, they're a good team from Kolkata, and I already mentioned that they have really taken in 2 players from Team Nefarious who already sit in the Masters League. So when we talk about experiences, these players have already been part of the Masters League once. I think they can make it up again. But I think the competition they're facing against today is something that they got to be really careful about, because Bombay is the head when it comes to esports, when it comes to the drive, the passion to just play. Of course, Kolkata, no loss over there to you, man. I mean, that city in general, they have produced players like No Chance, who as of now is one of the top players in SEA, and one of the most experienced players, in my opinion, because I've seen him play Dota 1, and he was on the charts when it comes to Dota 2 from that very moment. So Kolkata also has a lot of great players, and I'm going to see how this matchup will really go, because I see the way they have played before, a few games of them in the Challenger League, and they both have very different gameplay styles. But they both know the objective-oriented Dota. And when you know your objective momentum as a team, it's going to go on for a very long time, this game in general, I think, because they both want to really make their way through to the Master League. And I don't think these 2 teams have really played much against each other, which also says that they can come out with completely different pocket strats. They can come out with completely comfortable picks. And it also comes down to the draft, where both the teams really don't know what to ban and what to pick. because if you know what your opponent really likes to play, you can give a ban on that card. But when it's a promotion relegation round, you really have no idea how that game is going to go, and it just comes down to individual skill and individual talent. And I hope to see which of these two teams, which is the better team that will make it finally to the Masters League.
Well, a long, interesting Mahabharat that we are looking forward to, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's see what's going to happen in this main battle where Dope Gaming will take on Vibe.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. You're watching the Challenger playoffs. We got Dope Gaming on the Radiant facing off versus Vibe. Both teams coming out with a little bit of early success in these playoffs. Dope taking a game of the Pakistani side, Portal Esports. I don't know why I was saying error, but yeah, they beat the Pakistani side, Portal, and Vibe, they beat LXG, which is, I mean, in my opinion, a bit of a surprise because LXG, they're a team with a boot camp, they're a team that's got the infrastructure backing them up so that they can just focus on the game, and they're not going to be too pleased about losing out to Vibe. They're still in, they've still got a shot, and we still got another day of Challenger playoffs up ahead. Neon and Neon Atomic still looking rather strong themselves. Dope Gaming, yesterday versus Portal, things did get a little sticky, especially in the laning phase. There were a couple of clutch plays coming out from their tusk, that's why they're here. They've also come prepared for this matchup. They've studied Vibe. They banned 2 out of 3 heroes that Vibe picked in their game versus LXG, namely the Pangolier and the Undying. And Vibe returning the favor, banning out the Lycan, which Dope Gaming picked up yesterday. Vibe for now, they've got this. How do you put it? They've got this crazy amount of pick-off with the Beastmaster and the Ancient Apparition. Roarin, Ice Blast, probably going to be moving around the map, setting things up. It's not going to be fun for any core, really. I can't think of a core that's really going to survive this. I mean, Row pierces spell immunity, so I'm just wondering to myself what kind of cores Dope Gaming could look to pick up. Maybe they just pick up a core that's strong in the lane versus the Beastmaster. I'm not really sure. Wait, what? Okay, so there's been a pause. Has there been a pause? Okay. So one of the players have lost electricity. But yeah, back to the draft. And yeah, there are a lot of internet issues plaguing India in general. Anyway, that's going to give me a little bit of time to just familiarize myself with these players. We got Nevermore playing the Omni Knight, Error playing that Disruptor, Clockwork in the hands of Gale, PL in the hands of Aggressive, and that leaves us with Happy on the lean. On the other side of the river for Vibe Gaming, you got Catalyst, who's going to be playing that Dead Prophet No on his Kunkka Blaze. Going to be heading to the offlane and the Beastmaster. Safe lane Monkey King, currently cosplaying as a courier in the hands of ADP. And that leaves us with Claw, playing the Ancient Apparition. These are the Challenger playoffs, folks, and a couple of teams are going to be promoted to the Masters League, but not for the Summerland, which is June 23rd to 24th at Phoenix Kurla Market City in Bombay. Not for the Summerland. They're going to be coming for the online phase of fall. And then if they hang around, they'll move on to the fall land. Blazius breaking down those trees nice and early. So it's going to ensure that there's no tree cover, at least at this part of the map, for the supports on the side of Dope Gaming. Vibe should get their bounty rune up top. Beastmaster's getting his. Nobody really contesting anyone. I'm a bit surprised as to how Beastmaster reached in and got this ward down before before the support did of Dope Gaming. But yeah, Blaze is going to be pushed back from his bounty rune. And I think that's Dope Gaming getting 3 bounty runes. Yep, there's the third. What's the mid block looking like? Looks like he is getting a slightly better block. Nope, I was wrong. Screw that. Catalyst should be feeling a lot better. Happy just trying to draw away the aggro. First point into Dragon Slave. This is going to be a lane where two mid laners are just spamming the wave left and right, and I don't see anybody really falling. But you know, these kind of matchups, it's actually it seems like a matchup where no one dies, but it's also at the same time a matchup that's going to boil down to individual skill, or lack of individual skill, because we'll probably see a death when one hero, or rather one player, fails to respect the damage coming out from the other. It's possible that one of these 2 mid laners ends up falling, but on paper it should be a lane where no one dies. Dead Prophet throws Crypt Swarm, Lina throws Dragon Slave. No one really should die until his support moves. It's also going to probably reveal who's better in the last hitting department. Someone might get a slight advantage in terms of CS. For now, they're nearly neck and neck. Happy looking for the range creep. Doesn't get it. You don't get too much more EXP for the range creep than the melee creep anymore, but it's still crucial. I think it's about 5 to 8 points of extra EXP. That Doran from No. Perfectly done. It's going to clip Nevermore. He's got the Repel. No Chilling Touch. They go for the Cold Feet, and with the Repel, the Cold Feet is never going to proc. Mid lane, yeah. So, like I said, no one really should be dying, but this is going to be a back and forth game of chess, in fact, between both mid laners. Just keeping track of each other's cooldowns, trying to be a bit aggressive when you're not trying creep aggro, and obviously making sure you don't miss any last hits. I'm surprised that Blaze has got the wave all under his tier 1 tower. He's been constantly pushing out the wave a fair bit with those wild axes. And I mean, Nono's hitting these torrents time and time again, but they can't really do too much to shut down the Omni Knight. Blaze 2 points in the wild axes. He's not going to put points into summons or Call of the Wild. Just wants to keep spamming out those axes. Going for the face boots first along with the wand. Not looking at something like say Soul Ring or a bottle. Feels like he's going to be able to lane. Just standing in EXP range, getting as much EXP as he can. Arrow just trying to push him back. Now he's got the glimpse, but he hasn't got the Phantom Lancer to really help him out. And Blaze just moving towards the next creep wave might actually get it. Yep, he's got the creep. He's got the creep wave exactly where he wants it. And yeah, it's at times like these that you wish you weren't playing the 5 position. It's at times like these you wish that there was someone helping you just shut down this goddamn Beastmaster kidnapping your creep wave. Look at this. He started out in the bottom lane. He's looped around the Radiant tier 1. And now he's going back to the Dire tier 1. Blaze has got to be careful though. Yeah, doesn't want to tank up too much tower aggro. I mean, it hurts to be a disruptor. It hurts when all you had to do for the past couple of minutes, or for the past minute, is just take a nice round loop across the map and get nothing done. It's not like he's stopping him from getting farm. He can't really do too much. It's frustrating. Catalyst has got to be careful. Kale is wrapping around, has got the cogs. Now Split Siphon charges are available, 2 of them, but Catalyst holding onto the Split Siphon, hoping that the Infused Raindrop can keep him alive, but it won't. As Happy draws first blood. Kale with a timely rotation, just looping past the tier 1 tower and trying to bring down this Dead Prophet and succeeding, in fact. Down bottom, Blaze is finally going to end up falling. And yeah, he's switching things up. He's not going for the face boots rush. He's actually picking up the Soul Ring. I think one thing that what Blaze is going to get glimpsed back, but he might get the kill. I'm not sure if he got the EXP for that. I'm not sure if he was in EXP range, but he got the gold. He's going to walk back. He's going to have enough gold to buy up that second Gauntlet of Strength. He's getting closer and closer to his Soul Ring, and that's when this lane could start to become a bit problematic. Both offlaners sitting at 7 CS. The Omni Knight not looking too bad either. And yeah, it is the 5-minute mark, so you got the shrines available. I'm not really sure if Dope... I'm not really sure how Dope got that kill onto the Beastmaster going, but I presume it was the Phantom Lancer finally recognizing that Blaze is going to try and pick up his 5-minute bounty rune. And yeah, both him and the Disruptor tried to contest him and ended up finding a kill. It's unfortunate that the Disruptor hung around to find out what happens and ended up falling immediately in response. I mean, it might seem... It might seem like a small mistake, but it's EXP for the Beastmaster, right? He's level 4 when the Omni Knight is not yet level 4. And what's going to happen is Blaze is going to get some CS under star. He's messed up the creep equilibrium. He's going to get closer and closer to his 6. And the Beastmaster hitting 6 is just so much more valuable than, say, the Omni Knight hitting 6. Because he's going to have Primal Row. He's going to probably move around the map and try and set up for a pickoff. Blaze doing a really good job in the offlane. And doing a lot better than, say, someone like the Omni Knight. At mid, though, Happy not looking too good. But No, as well as the Ancient Apparition, move and find themselves a kill. Blaze also doing that cute little pull with the hard cam throughout the axis at the 50-minute mark. For those of you playing Beastmaster in the offlane, that's something you might want to try in your pubs. And look at that, he's getting more EXP with this range creep. He might hit fight. No, he won't. In fact, he's gonna end up dying. But he buys out his Soul Ring. Getting a bit greedy there for his level 5 and wants to really get closer and closer to his level 6. ADP jumped upon a tree and got pushed back by the cogs. What's aggressive looking to build? Yeah, he's going for the diffusal play. Dope Gaming won a fight early. Error. Use of the glimpse doesn't really find too much. It's wasting mana at this point. But yeah, because of that one kill on the Disruptor, because it's just messing up the creep equilibrium time and time again, the Disruptor can no longer zone out the Beastmaster all by himself. He couldn't earlier on, and now it's just going to get harder and worse. Okay. Got that pull off again, this time a little late, but it's working. I think it's also working because he doesn't have these trees, so the creeps are getting vision of the creep wave when, or of the neutral creeps when they do get pulled. But now they're going to try and contest plays. You got Kale making a rotation, only level 2 on the clockwork. He's really starved for levels, but with this kill, he might find the levels that he's looking for. They're going to glimpse Blaze out of the cogs into the kinetic field, but they'll get the kill. And Kale will get that EXP which he needed. The supports on the side of Vibe just moving around, not really finding too much themselves. Well, that kill kind of hurts the Beastmaster because the Omni Knight has started to catch up in terms of levels. Again, not much an Omni Knight can do with just levels. It's nice to have levels on the Omni Knight, but it's not enough. Both Nono and Claw under a Radiant Observer ward. Won't find too much. Kale, I mean, he's been moving around the map, but he's just found that one kill mid and set up for that kill bottom. Nono and Claw, they're going to fall back. Have they got... No, they haven't got sentries. They got an observer one. But, yeah, they're going to drop a sentry now. Okay, so they... No, they dropped an observer. What am I saying? And it's going to get dewarded. The jig's up. somewhat ineffective movements coming out from the supports on the side of Vibe. You know, these movements might, I don't know, they might appear as if they don't really mean too much, but when you're playing versus a better team, when the enemy supports are hitting 6 quicker than you, I think any good team would absolutely take advantage of that. A lot of movement between top and mid, but both teams just looking for an opening that they're not finding. And Blaze has hit 6. So he's got a TP scroll, he's got the row. Also got a jungle to farm and can TP and set up for a kill anywhere across the map. Kale just trying to give as much information as possible with that invis rune. Well, 10 minutes in, a slight net worth advantage in favor of Dope Gaming. And now when you look at it, this Omni Knight, just by virtue of not dying, has got, nevermore. Just looking for a kill, but this Omni Knight, just by not dying, consistently moving to the lane whenever he sees an opening, has done a lot better for himself than the Beastmaster. He's got his face boots complete, and I'm a bit surprised that ATP as the Monkey King hasn't really been able to bully this Omni Knight as much as he'd like. But down bottom, they're trying to bring down Blaze. At least the Phantom Lancer is a roar onto an illusion. The Cold Feet as well. They won't find the PL, but they'll find the real one instead. The Silence, the Exorcism. They're found aggressive. They'll bring him down. That's a killing spree taken away. And an Exorcism committed. Not sure if Vibe are going to push on the back of this. But that kill was crucial. The Phantom Lancer just starting to overshoot ADP and the Monkey King by a huge margin in terms of net worth. It's going to be costly though, as Happy sees an opportunity, takes the mid-tier 1. Catalyst, I presume he used his TP scroll to move bottom and didn't really have a TP to come back and defend mid. And yeah, Dope Gaming just getting towers for free. They're looking to take the top tier 1. Vibe moving across the map, finding a kill onto a Phantom Lancer, but losing 2 tier 1 towers. Now this shouldn't be happening. Losing his safe lane tower like that. Not really sure what ATP was thinking. And yeah, I think those supports just TPing bottom really costed Vibe Gaming. Kale is going to just sit mid and try and lead GXP. 12 minutes in. Level 4. I mean, so there are some telltale signs of a good 4 position. And one of them is hitting 6 by a good time really. And Kale, he's been moving across the map. He's, you know what, I'm going to pull down his KDA. So he's found 2 assists. Yeah, he's found 2 assists. Which is actually sort of ineffective. Not hitting 6 by now is, not even hitting 5 by now is really costly. The Kunkka's already 6. And I mean, I know there might have been a Tomb of Experience involved or whatever, but yeah. He's hit 6. And yeah, they're grouping up down bottom. Finding another tier 1 tower. Why? They're just letting the tier 1 towers fall. They're smoked up and they moved mid, but they aren't really finding anything in mid. They're giving up a tier 2. What the hell is Vibe Gaming doing? Okay. Now the reinforcements come in. I think the play for Vibe is to probably just hit 6 ASAP on that Ancient Apparition and go find pickoffs. The Beastmaster, I mean, he's been 6 for a while, but he hasn't used a single road effectively. There was that one road on the PL, or rather on the PL's illusion, but that's about it. I think Vibe have got to recognize that they can't be so, I don't know, so turtle heavy with how they're approaching this game. I don't mind them just slowing down the game, because once this Monkey King gets his Valkyrie, he's obviously going to scale better and better than the PL. But giving up tier 1 towers for nothing is definitely a big no-no. Blaze is going for that Shadow Blade, which I like. He could just find heroes like the Disruptor and just bring them down all by himself. Maybe even try and apply a little bit of pressure onto that Lina. But yeah, 14 minutes in. Why? They're giving up a bunch of towers. They're giving up a fair amount of map control. And it's showing. Dope Gaming. They've got the net worth advantage. I think Kale could just spend the next couple of minutes just focusing on hitting 6. There's no pressure on him to find ganks, and he's doing just that. He recognizes that there's a lull which is in his side's favor, and he's going to hit 6. I mean, if I were to cast this game again, the first 15 minutes again, what I'm going to be looking at is the Vibe safe lane. I actually want to bring down CS. So the Monkey King has got CS, but he hasn't got kills, which is why he's struggling to get this Balfury as quickly as he'd like. I'm a bit surprised that he didn't find any kills onto that Omni Knight. You pick up Monkey King versus the Omni Knight, you really want to be finding a lot more kills and want to really be dominating him in the safe lane, but they haven't. Nevermore, he was drafting for his side and he's done pretty well for himself in the off lane. You don't often see down bottom. What? Happy. No. Just walks ahead, gets a little cocky in the bottom lane, pushes it out a bit too much and gets controlled by the Kunkka and ends up falling. Error on a warding mission gets spotted out by the enemy 5 position. The Ice Spot X is there, but the Chilling Touch will not proc. ADP coming in, has the Boundless Strike, gets glimpsed right back. They are chasing, and with the axes, they'll find the kill. Careless hit 6. I kind of understood what the Disruptor was doing there. He had 2 Observer Wards, one in his smoke and drop a couple of Observer Wards offensively. Just get some vision so that him and the rest of his side could dominate the enemy half of the map, which isn't the wrong idea, right, when you're taking so many tier 1s. But he ends up dying instead. It's not the end of the world though. The tier 1 still standing. They could look to take a fight in mid. They've got the Lina coming in. They're trying to deal with the creep wave. And the hook shot. Absolutely off the mark. They got the cogs to push back the Dead Prophet. Quick heal set to the Ice Blast and the boat coming through. No one dropping just yet. Catalyst dropping really low, being chased down. Static stop. Buttons being pressed left and right. But Vibe and Dope do not lose a single hero. But it's aggressive. Staying true to his name, trying to chase down Nono, has the Diffusal Blade. Nono and the Kunkka should end up falling. The Wukong's command is there, but no one in it and aggressive. Gets a double with the help from the Laguna Blade coming out from the Lina. They're chasing for more. And they might find the Monkey King. They glimpsed him back. ADP's got to be careful. The LSA won't connect, but the Dragon Slave gets himself a triple kill as Catalyst and Blaze go running back home, and Dope do not lose a single hero and get themselves 1 core and 2 supports. Not too bad at all. Monkey King choosing to fight with that Balfury ends up paying the price. Well, the Ice Blast is there. It's going to really bother Dope Gaming too much. They've still got the heals. Happy's getting closer and closer to his own Shadow Blade. Kale getting his Blade Mail as well. I mean, Dope Gaming, they're getting items that are generally going to be so much more impactful. I'm going to do a quick item check actually. Diffuse Eliasha on the PL. He's just looking to run down his opponents. ADP's got the Balfury. but can't really do too much. Dead Prophet has a use. No seems to be building into a 4-star on the Kunkka, which I like versus the Clockwork. Blaze still searching for a Shadow Blade, should get it, but it's not as early as he'd like. Yeah, he's gonna get it. So a 19-minute Shadow Blade, huh? I don't know. Is there something else that he could have gone for that would be really impactful this game? You know what? I honestly don't mind the Necronomic on this game because you can purge off the Guardian Angel. When you got so much physical damage, you want to be able to do that. Not sure if the Shadow Blade is the best item. Just food for thought that the Necronomicon would have been good versus the Omni Knight. I'm sure he's going to look at a Solar Crest as his next item just to enable his Dead Prophet and his Monkey King in the physical damage department. But look at this. I said Dope Gaming aren't good at taking Roshan, but they chose the ideal time to do it. Heroes from the side of Vibe showing bottom. Vibe caught with their pants down, as Dope Gaming should get Aegis, and this is going to allow them to dominate the map a little bit more. So they're just going to be careful. They're going to make sure that they don't get sloppy and lose heroes or lose players unnecessarily. They're going to use this Aegis well, find a couple of key pickoffs, find tier 2 towers, and they're going to do just that. They're going to start grouping up mid. Kale should probably look to get the... Wait, he's farming top. But yeah, Kale should probably look to get the fight started with that hook shot of his. Look at this. Aggressive. Dodges everything. The Crypt Swarm, the Torrent. He's got the Manta style if he wants it. TPs are coming in. It is Blaze. They're going to look to deny this tier 2 tower. And with Kale pushing up the top lane, they could look to segue top on the side of Dope Gaming. What's the call? I have to say, I mean, generally for the first 21 minutes, I've been pretty impressed with Nevermore and his shot calling on this Omni Knight. They're looking to chase Blaze. The taunt is there. Will control the PL. Roar used defensively. The Ice Blaster there as well. And with the Wukong's command, they're going to find Error. Disruptor down. Doesn't use the Static Storm and Vibe. Just running down the side of Dope Gaming. The boat and that Wukong's command will take away the Aegis. Nono's still alive, using a salve, looking to turn aggressive. He's got to be careful. He's in no man's land all by himself. Doesn't have his team to back him up. He's got a doppelganger. He's buying time. They need to come back in. Nevermore. He's here with the Repel and the Guardian Angel if need be, and aggressive. Finds himself the Kunkka. They're looking to turn. ADP doesn't really have the Wukong's command or anything to offer in this fight. And Vibe. They're gonna get the Aegis on that Phantom Lancer. They're gonna make it rather useless. I mean, Dope Gaming are gonna be disappointed with that one. They had an advantage. They had the Aegis on the Phantom Lancer. They would have liked to do more. I think Disruptors, he's got to just prioritize getting that Static Storm down on anyone. This is okay. Top lane, they're going to try and bring down the Dead Prophet, and look at that magic damage. Purification, level 2 Laguna Blade. Catalyst just sitting on 1,300 points of HP is going to melt down bottom. Vibe looking to return the favor, the row. It's going to push around the Phantom Lance, and with the taunt at the boat being set up by that Boundless Strike, they'll finally bring down Regressive. Unnecessary deaths for Koz on either side. So that was really sloppy / unnecessary coming out from the Phantom Lancer. I think it's so important when you're playing one position to not die like that. If you fight with your team and you die, that's somewhat acceptable, but he's going to be disappointed about just getting picked off like that. There is a lot of pick-off potential on this side of Vibe, and he's got to recognize and respect that. I mean, this Disruptor, he's been top of the Vision game, but as a support in a fight, you gotta get your big ultimate off. It's as simple as this, right? If you're Naga Siren and there's a big team fight and you die without pressing Song, pressing your R or whatever it is, it's pointless, right? Your hero's meant to do one thing in these fights and you're not doing that. And all he has to do is stay a bit back, just get that Static Storm off. Because it is crucial. It is crucial now before the Monkey King picks up something like a BKB. Once he picks that up, that Static Storm won't be doing too much. And then you gotta hope that you get an Eggs, you get the Static Storm off first. You want to be utilizing a Static Storm now when it's at its most effective. Did he see him? Not sure. Okay. And even if he did, I don't think it's a good idea for Gale to really pursue that one. What's the play from Vibe? I mean, they're just pushing out lanes. Beastmaster, he's found a Shadow Blade, but he's using it to farm, and he's using it to farm a 4-star. Huh. So, I don't have a problem with Shadow Blade as a pickup, but when you use it to farm, I don't know. Maybe you could have just gotten the 4-star first. This is something Nono likes to do a lot on his Kunkka. Use the X marks the spot. Use its timing effectively to go and pick up bounty runes. Die, even throwing out a scan. I'm not really sure for what. Wait, what? Huh. So I think what I'm really confused what happened there. I think Dodo picked up the bounty rune and threw out a scan, hoping that someone else might come to pick up the bounty rune, and that's where we look to take a fight. Not sure. "25 minutes in. Dope Gaming. Probably want to get more out of the map. Probably want to get more map control, get more pickoffs. For now, Vibe is smoked up because there's simply nothing better to do, right? I mean, you get tired of pushing out the waves beyond a point. And they're going to be a bit frustrated with this smoke as well. Their only possibility for a pickoff was that Monkey King. They're not going to find it. Ancient Apparition is dropping once aggressively at the top lane. It seems as if Vibe want to take this tier 1 tower up top. What Dope Gaming could look to do if Vibe show up top is just push out one of these side lanes. Maybe trade a tier 2 for a tier 1. Nono's in the trees, so Dope don't see anyone yet other than that Monkey King. And yeah, you should probably just push out the lanes. You don't want to push too much or too recklessly because Dope could come back to defend. And yeah, they're going to find that tier 1 for Vibe. The TP is coming in, happy. Will look to run. I hear a hook shot. Who's it on? It's on to the Kunkka. They control Nono. There's no real follow-up. There's that Static Storm once again not doing anything. And I spoke of this. You gotta use that Static Storm before the Monkey King gets his BKB. He's got his BKB now, and that Static Storm, it's meaningless at least for that Monkey King. He's not gonna be too concerned about it. Dope. Lose the tier 1 tower up top and lose the support down bottom and commit some of the big ultimates. But at least they know that now the Monkey King has a 10-second BKB, which is probably now down to 9 seconds, and they're going to try and play around that. Best option is to probably just use the hook shot to find and control that Monkey King in his BKB. And yeah, this is when the game is going to start to turn in favor of Vibe. It's going to start favoring them because the Monkey King is going to be out farming the PL soon. And it's going to boil down to mistakes that these teams make as far as fights are concerned. Because, I mean, aggressive is going to get his heart, but they've got the tools to deal with him. They've got the Ice Blast, which is great. They've got the Monkey King, who just outputs so much physical damage. And a burst of physical damage as well with that Boundless Strike. It seems as if Dope Gaming know what's up and they're looking to find a fight. This Lina has had a Shadow Blade for a while, but she just hasn't found any pickoffs with them. They drop an Observer Ward in the lane. I think Catalyst spotted that out, I'm not sure. But yeah, Dope Gaming, now they're the ones trying to control and command one part of the map. They're moving down bottom. They should find this tier 2 tower, if the wave does meet it, of course. Nono's finding a little bit of space. He's got that 4 staff complete. So he's going to make sure that his Monkey King doesn't get controlled too much by the cogs. Level 1 Ice Blast. Ancient Apparition probably trying to hit 12 as soon as possible. Die even throwing out a scan, knowing that Kale is hanging around near the shrine. Both teams playing this game of cat and mouse. And when you play this extended game of cat and mouse, fights and pickoffs just become so much more costlier. You lose one fight, for now it's probably just going to result in you losing a tier 2 tower. Up top, Yule Scepter. Happy trying to set up, but the boat was there and Happy can't really chase, but Aggressive is here. He's got the Doppelganger, he's got the Diffusal Blade, he sees No, but he hasn't got anything to cancel their TP, and Happy doesn't really get there in the nick of time. Kale has gone for that Spit Muscle, and finally Blaze. He's had that Shadow Blade for a good 10 minutes, and that's going to be his first pick off with it. Finds Kale, and finds his first stuff as well. 30 minutes in, 6,000 net worth, advantage in favor of Dope Gaming. I don't think this is going to last that long, really. Problem is, why just give up the towers a bit too easily? Doppelganger being used effectively there to dodge out the X marks the spot. Monkey King has been got, but Aggressive was just a bit too busy chasing down that Dead Prophet. And now why? Could have called for a pause, having a couple of internet issues. Well, it's probably going to culminate in some messy fight around Roshan. Roshan should be up. Oh, okay. Gonna be up in 30 seconds. And both teams will be looking to contest it. For now, Dope Gaming has slightly better vision around Roshan. They've got this one Observer one at the Ancient Camp. Way minimal vision coming out from Vime. In fact, they're just looking at the bottom rune, and they had this ward for this tier 1 tower, and excuse me. It helped them get that tier 1 tower, but there was no one really contesting it in the first place. Again, is this a Radiant ward or not? Okay, so this is Radiant Vision, and I think that means that this is a Dire Observer ward. Nine. Jesus, what? It's been one of the slowest games in the ESL India Premiership. Both teams just being very careful about not dying is the way to put it. But why? I wish they were a little bit more. I don't know. I wish they just didn't give up tier 2 towers that easily, man. All these tier 1 towers that Vibe lost were without any real contest. I mean, they're just ignoring or forgetting the fact that they have to keep the waves pushed out, or someone's got to come defend these pushes. I don't know. If Vibe lose this game, I won't say losing those tier 1 towers was the sole cause of anything hugely disastrous, because it's not like Dope Gaming capitalized on that map control very effectively. They took Roshan, but they didn't really capitalize on that Roshan very well. But yeah, if Vibe loses this game and they go back and they see this replay, what they're probably not going to be too pleased about is how they lost those tier 1 towers. Catalyst has farmed up pretty well. He's going to pick up his BKB, and yeah, I mean, there's going to be so much heavy lifting that the PL and the Lina have to do. I wonder if Lina starts moving towards physical damage after that Lincoln Sphere. I wonder if there's a way to just itemize Lena more effectively. You know what? She's actually picked up items that she needs. She does need a Lincoln. She does need a defensive item, and in this case, a Lincoln Sphere more than a BKB. But her items don't really add to her damage output or control in any real significant manner. It's probably going to be what she picks up after that Lincoln Sphere that's going to start making her more of a core to deal with for Vibe Gaming. PL's got his heart, so I mean, he feels invulnerable, but there is that Ice Blast that he's got to watch out for. So the Monkey King picked up anything, so he's gone for a Sanj and Yasha for his BKB. I don't know. It's okay. He could have built a possibly more impactful item. I like the BKB pickup after the Battle Fury. It just feels like he needs the Sanj and Yasha to fight a bit more. But it's going to be a while before he picks up an item that, I don't know. It's going to be a while before he picks up like a really impactful secondary item. Personally, I still don't mind the Echo Saber instead of the Sanj and Yasha, but to each his own. Sanj and Yasha is good. Gives you HP, movement speed, a little bit of attack speed, armor. It's okay, but it's not like it's an item that's going to give me a distinct advantage in team fights. It's an item that's going to allow me to just, I don't know, just survive and be there in these team fights. Maybe that's going to be what he needs, just so that he can help Vibe bring down that PL. Happy's got his Lincoln Sphere. Really curious to see what he pulls up in his quick buy. Is he going to look towards physical damage? If yes, what is it that he's looking to consider? He could build a nullifier. It's unheard of, but I mean, somebody wants to build a nullifier for this Monkey King. And who else? I mean, sure, the PL could. And when you think about it, what a right-click heavy Lina does is just outputs damage. And I think the nullifier with the relic does give you a fair amount of damage with the Fury Soul's talent, which I presume he's going to be picking up at level 20. Could just build a nullifier. Nope, doing the right thing. I mentioned Roshad that moved into the pit, and Vibe just reacting. But they're going to move a bit late, it seems. You got Kale just sitting outside looking to counter his shit. I mean, probably want to get a little bit of vision with the Ice Vortex first. Yep, it's the Ancient Apparition leading the charge. Drops the Ice Vortex in the pit. Throws out the Ice Blast. Silences their Rogue. They're controlling the Omni Knight. They want to bring him down. Hook shot from Kale onto his own Omni Knight. Not doing any good. But the Guardian Angel does come off. BKB is well aggressive in the pit. Dropping low. He wants to stay alive, but he won't. He's going to end up falling. And Nono's got the Aegis as well. Nevermore, as well as the rest of Dope Gaming, have got a retreat, but ADP, he'll chase him down. He's got the Boundless Strike available in a bit, but he doesn't even need it. Vibe. Team Vibe Dope Gaming around Roshad. Get the Aegis on the Kunkka, and this is go time for them. They've got to get as much as they can with that Aegis. It won't probably be high ground, but it's at least going to be a couple of tier 2s. Or at least one tier 2, because it's still early on. So the Phantom Lancer as well as the Lina are going to respawn early. Kale just hook-shotting onto his own Omni Knight in that previous engagement. His crimes have been caught on camera. Find one tier 2. They could go for the second. They've got that. They've got the Beastmaster. They've got his passive. But yeah, what was once a 6,000, nearly a 7,500 net worth advantage in favor of Dope Gaming is now back to even. And Vibe, just like that, back in the game. Messy fight around Roshan. for Dope Gaming, costing them dearly, and now they're the ones smoked up. It is aggressive going for that nullifier. I thought Happy could pick it up, but aggressive wants one. It's going to allow him to just run at either the Monkey King or the Dead Prophet and hopefully bring them down before they pop their BKBs. Once he gets that talent of his, I mean, he's quite far away, but that plus 30% critical strike is ridiculous. Now, Dope Gaming, they're looping around all the way from the top rune. They've lost the double damage on the PL, or at least they will in a bit. And Vibe, yeah, they're going to find a tier 1 tower, or tier 2 rather, but the hook shot is there, finds the Monkey King. Torrent doesn't really connect. Monkey King just pops his BKB, looks to turn, but there is a Blade Mail on the Clockwork. He'll turn towards the PL. He finds aggressive down for the count on the side. Laguna Blade onto the Kunkka. Kunkka doesn't have the agency, looking around. He's buying time from the Lina while the Beastmaster tries to run down the Disruptor. They've lost Nono, they've lost the Kunkka. Happy, looking for the LSA, doesn't quite connect, but here comes Catalyst. Pops the Lincoln Sphere, has the silence, wants to bring down Happy. Happy doesn't have a Shadow Blade for a good 15 seconds. They'll try and bring him down. They got 2 stacks of Jingu. The Yules is there. The main from the Sanjay kicking in. But the Boundless Strike, along with the physical damage from the Exorcism, setting up for that Lina. 2 goes down on the side of Dope Gaming. They only lose a Kunkka, and they've still got the Exorcism. Vibe can probably look to threaten high ground here. 2 Siege Creeps, 1 Alpha Wolf, and an Exorcism. Not really sure if Dope Gaming defend this. They've got buyback on Happy. And the Phantom Lancer respawning in 18. Well, they're going to try and chip away on that tier 3. ADP going to deal with the top push. Nope, they're not going to chip away. Okay. Kunkka's even picking up his Ghost Scepter. So now, I mean, you potentially got 3 targets for the Phantom Lancer to use his Nullifier on. What did Lina pick up at level 20? Okay, so she went for the Fury Soul talent. That means she's probably considering physical damage. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of a 4th defensive item. Really. Look, Lina outputs physical damage with Fury Souls, but you gotta build at least one item that helps in that department. Don't like this PKB pickup. So, you know what? Roar pierces BKB, Exorcism pierces BKB, the Monkey King's physical damage, and at least his Wukong's command will pierce BKB. The Ice Blast pierces spell immunity. Why a BKB? Why? It's not, no, come on. This, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think this is the right item for Lina to pick up. Either control or damage, that's what you want. And if she wants to survive, I don't think the BKB is going to be the item that's going to allow her to survive. She's probably going to have to build something like an Aeon Disc or something. Why? Meanwhile, they're just claiming a tier 2 tower. Now, I think he's going to switch things up. This is just a quick buy, so he probably might just switch things up. Then again, just a caster, he's the player. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Aggressive, just yeah, the secret shop so close to that relic of his. Could sell as Aquila and get even closer if he wants to. Kunkka's got that Ghost Scepter. Wait, what? Kale? By himself? Frustrated, but he's going to set up for some sort of a messy engagement. An engagement where his side's going to be fighting 4v5. And now, if they lose more, if they get caught out, it could only be costly. Dope Gaming looking for the fight, don't have that Clockwork. The Ice Blast comes through, the Guardian Angel is there, Wukong's command as well. No one dying just yet. Aggressive Moving further north, looking to escape. He's got the Jingu stacks upon him. They have vision, but he's got a doppelganger onto the high ground. No one to close the gap just yet, but ADP jumps on a tree, gets that primal spring, slows down aggressive. Has the boundless strike, or rather the Jingu mastery stacks built up. Doesn't have the boundless strike. Aggressive. Slowed by the maim, looks to run, but he's got Nevermore to back him up. Static Storm on the floor, doesn't do a thing in error. Being controlled by the X marks the spot. He's gonna be okay. Dope Gaming forced to take a fight just because Clockwork went in, and at the end of it all, it was Clockwork going in and nothing getting accomplished really. Guardian Angel being committed, Static Storm committed as well. You probably want to just march down mid if you did have the Exorcism, then you're gonna have it soon. And a nearly completed Shiva's Garden Catalyst as well. Not a fan of this BKB. It's not going to be the item that allows him to survive, honestly. So, you need a core that augments the other, right? And right now, this Lina not really doing as much as she'd like. She's got the linkage where Blaze will trigger it with his 4-staff, gets the roar off, the Ice Blast as well. And yeah. Okay. Boundless strike. Beautifully done. They've got vision. They'll find the disruptor as well. Not. Wait, do they have a gem? Do they have sentries? Did they pop the dust? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think they popped the dust and somehow he got clipped by it. Nevermore has a gem though. And Blaze is going to move into the pit. This could be the deciding factor of the game. If Vibe get their hands on Roshan, not sure how Dope Gaming respond. Lina still queuing up that BKB. Look, if she had a BKB there, wouldn't keep her alive. And Aeon Disc probably would have. But she doesn't need, I don't know, maybe she needs to stay alive, but she really needs to start helping out that Phantom Lancer. A lot of the damage coming up from Blaze is physical. Wild Axis, physical pierces spell immunity. Exorcism, physical pierces spell immunity. Boundless Strike, physical, I don't think it pierces spell immunity. Ice Blast, pierces spell immunity. Not sure which part of it though. Anyway, the majority of the damage from Vibe is goddamn freaking physical, and Lina is going for a BKB. I've got Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shot. They're probably going to hand over the Refresher Shot to the Dead Prophet, yep, which is exactly what they've done. They could do 2 rows as well, but not a fan. So all they have to do is go in there with the Monkey King, drop the Wukong's command, and just use the Exorcism to take high ground. That's all they got to do. A pick off now is just a bonus because you might force a buyback and might cause more economic damage courtesy of that pick off. Yeah, that's what ADP is looking to do. Kale, like a boss, pushing out the bottom lane, doesn't know what's waiting for him in the trees. And it's not just the trees, it's Blaze coming in from the south. The axes are there, giving vision. Kale gets caught pushing out all by himself. And there pauses. Huh. Okay, they reconnected quickly as well. And Kale. He's not gonna like what he sees when he comes back from this pause. Yep. He's picked up that butterfly and he's even going for a Skadi. So more armor from the butterfly, more HP from that Skadi. I don't know. I don't know if the PL can do enough to bring him down. PL's got that nullifier complete. Lina, she's sitting on a bunch of gold, but she probably wants to buy before Vibe come marching high ground. Kale, hook shots under the creep wave, looks to TP, but the boundless strike is range by the way. Anyway, ADP didn't have the boundless. I think he started with it, I'm not sure. Kale is going to get away, fortunately. Aggressive. Trying to build up in that damage department, looking towards that MKB. Happy 4397 gold. Just gotta be careful. Oof. Well, Vibe moving down the mid lane with foes. They've got the Exorcism, the Refresher Shot, the Aegis, and the Cheese. The Cheese on the Dead Prophet. They'll start chipping away on this tier 3 tower. They've still got the Wukong's command. Heck, they don't even need it. They'll force the cliff. Catalyst is Aeon's trigger. It's got to be a little careful now. Happy looking to go in. Still holding on to that goal. Holding on to buyback for dear life. Torrent, boat. Doesn't really clip anyone. But buffs up Vibe with the Ram. At least buffs up ADP and Catalyst if I'm not mistaken. Yep, not for long though. Ram is gonna time out and Vibe. Just getting the feeling that they can't see just yet. Will back off for the time being. They've got another Exorcism. I thought ATP would use the Wukong's command to just zone them out, but Vibe back off and look to go back in. Blaze leading the charge with his Shadow Blade. Not sure if he's gonna find the real PL. Certainly not the real PL. Does find out that there are sentries mid though. So Vibe might want to pick up a gem themselves, and there it is. Lena's BKB. Finally at 44 minutes, Vibe wake up to the fact that creeps are things that do cause problems and they're going to push out top. I think if you're dope, you probably gamble, right? You find a pick off, even though they have the Aegis, you pop a smoke and you go hunting. And not get picked off. That's the other crucial part. And Blaze took a minute or two to press his buttons, but he's gonna cancel that BKB TP. What good was the BKB there? It's not even about the BKB. Anyway, they're gonna fight bottom. They're gonna throw out that nullifier, the hook shot of the Mark Kale. He should be cancelling TPs with his hook shot and the vision from the rocket flare, but he's not gonna be doing too much. Alina for the Beastmaster. This much time for dope gaming. What can they really do with this? They probably want to smoke and go find another pickoff. It's exactly what they need to do. Wait, what? It's been a lackluster day for both these supports on the side of Dope Gaming. Can't say I've seen too much coming out from them really. Mid lane. Kale has been farming. I've got to give him props to that. And he's also found out that ATP's Aegis is timed out. Now he needs a +1 to make this happen. But there isn't really anyone to help him out. And Kale has got to be careful. If anyone from Vibe is moving in. Okay, so Kale goes for the Cox, doesn't really connect. ADP's going to get Glimpse back. That's Glimpse. Use defensively. Excuse me. And Vibe, they haven't got the Aegis, but they've still got the Refresher Shot. They've still got the Exorcism. They're going to march down mid. That tier 3 is dropping low. They'd ideally like to wait for Blaze to join them. And yeah, they're going to wait. They're going to push out top a bit. Just control the map as much as possible. Heck, Blaze has just gone back to farming. What could he buy that's really impactful? I think if he finds the goal, he should probably look towards building something like an AC. And this is, you know, okay, Kunkka goofed up on the X marks and the dot, but Gonna find the kill. This is somewhat costly. I think getting picked off like this when all you got to do is defend high ground is going to force out a buyback. It's going to mean that you have one less life to work with when you're defending your structures. And yeah, Dope Gaming without the clockwork available are going to be forced to use that buyback on him. Kale going to respawn in 33. He's got the buyback if he wants it. He's not using it. This tier 3 tower dropping low and it's going to end up falling. Do I want to look around to see what happens though? Error. Well, quick LSA and Dragon Slave, they commit the Laguna Blade, but Happy might pay the price. He's been forced to pop his BKB, that's gonna allow him to run. The Static Storm is there, Clips on to do, but Catalyst, as well as No, not too concerned really. They're gonna try and bring down the Kunkka the road. Onto the real PL, Guardian Angel as well. The Ice Blast did clip, the Boundary Strike will miss. The boat is there, they want to bring down aggressive. They've got the Split Siphon, but have they got the damage? They're chasing him down. Another X marks the spot. He's got the Mana Style, but he's gonna be pulled back. Silenced by the Red Prophet. He's finally gonna end up falling. Blaze might pay the price though, as Happy starts to deliver in the damage department. Kale goes in with a hook shot onto the Monkey King, but that could possibly be his own death. He's got the Blade Mail and that Spirit Vessel. He's hoping to stay alive. He's hoping to survive. And he might just do that, but he's not going to find anything else. They lose the Beastmaster, and that's about it for Vibe Gaming as they make a clean getaway. Find the tier 3 tower. Get a lane of Maddox up top. And the wave's only going to push in further. Nevermore chasing. He's got the blink. He's got that degen aura. And he's hell-bent on getting a pick off. No. I'm not sure what that was. He's gonna end up falling. They see him with the Thunder Strike. And I think they still have that gem. Yep, Nevermore holding on to that gem. All of a sudden, Dope Gaming, they found a couple of pickoffs, but not sure if this is enough for them to go high ground. No tier 3 tower, no creep wave though. So they're fighting through backdoor protection. Buyback available on both the Kunkka and the Beastmaster. Dope Gaming, I'm going to bring down their buyback status because if they do end up losing this fight, it could be the end of the game. Catalyst doesn't have that refresher shot. Not really sure what happened to it, but okay. Kale with the hook shot finds the A. That's a lot better. This is a pickup that he should be able to find. He's got detection as well. Monkey King controlling the Static Storm, the Nullifier upon him. Finally finds his BKB. Looks to turn, has the Wukong's command, has the run from the board, and he wants aggressive. Look at that ring coming out from the Wukong's command. Fortunately, there's a 4-staff, and Edo will pay the price, dive with his own life, and aggressive falls as well. ADP. He's going to find himself another kill onto the Phantom Lance. I'm not really sure how he ended up dying because there was a 4-staff coming out from the Disruptor. But he did die towards the very end. And all Kale found, if I'm not mistaken, was an Ancient Apparition. 95 seconds without the PL. Blaze nearby. They need vision. But Kale, this time he won't get picked off. This time, he's going to commit his hookshot defensively just to keep the distance. Dead Prophet. What's the cooldown on her Exorcism? 15, 13 seconds and she's going to have it as well. Why? Well, they're going high ground. I mean, without the PL, I think Dope Gaming looks very, very weak in these team fights without the PL. Blaze is just going to keep the linkage triggered. But honestly, what is Dope Gaming's plan here? Okay, they're going to go with a hook shot onto the Beastmaster, commit the Static Storm. But he's got his own BKB, so he's just going to man up, stand in the Static Storm, soak it up, and not be too concerned. I do hear a roar onto the Clockwork, used defensively. Back it mid. Wipe. Looking to claim the last lane of Barracks, and they will get it. Error on the Disruptor does end up falling, but ADP wants to go back in. Has the Jingu stacks, looks to turn, Torrented boat coming through. Not really sure who's clipping on. Kale still trying to run down Blaze. Quick Hex coming out on ADP, but the Glimmer Cape is there. There's the Refresher Shot coming out from Catalyst. Secondary Exorcism. She'll look towards the Lina and she'll find that kill. Lina buying back. Dope Gaming won a fight, trying the hardest to hold on for a slot in the Masters League, but they're not gonna find it, I think, as they buy back on both the Clockwork and the Lina. Why? They're a little low on mana. They've got to be careful. Aggressive goes in. Wants to fight, moves on to the Kunkka. Quick hook shot coming out from Kale. He's going to find him, that Beastmaster. Aggressive though with the repel upon him. He's being turned upon. They're running him down with all that physical damage. No, doesn't have the mana, but aggressive. Doesn't have the HP. He's going to doppelganger further. Not look to run. The Boundary Strike is there. And Catalyst finds himself a monster kill. Dope Gaming. Well, this is certainly the end for them. Vibe, yeah, officially in the Masters League. Beautiful stuff coming out from them. I mean, they're going to be a little displeased with certain aspects of their game, especially how easily they give up the tier 1 towers. But they're a team with promise. Can't wait to see what this team does in the Masters League. Anyway, folks, that's it as far as today's broadcast is concerned for the ESL India Premiership. As far as the DOTA broadcast is concerned, my name is Vivek. You can find me at facebook.com/VWEWAK casting. I'm going to throw it over to the panel and they'll take you through the rest of the day. Good
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership Studio segment. And victory goes to Vibe.
Yeah.
What do you think about how the game went?
Great vibes coming from them. That is for certain. You asked me at the beginning of this, what kind of vibes are you getting from this? I believe this team is doing pretty well. And I like their position of their team. I mean, they did have the Monkey King, the Ancient Apparition against the Phantom Lancer in opening night. Now, those are two major heroes that I always pay attention to when I'm, as an analyst, looking at drafts. But I have to give it to Dope Gaming. In the early stages of the game, I did see how well they kind of kept that Monkey King in control, which kind of didn't let Vibe really snowball in the early stages of the game. But at the end of the day, it was very simple. And once that carry really got his farm, and they were up and running all over the map, and they really just concluded the whole fight into 51 minutes. Good performance coming there from Dope, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, the better team always wins. And in this case, Kolkata takes the victory over Mumbai, which is really interesting to see. And even though their composition contains about 2-3 players from Nefarious, I'm hoping that this new formed, revamped team called Vibe is able to have a similar performance when they come into the Masters League.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for today. And LAN event, do not forget about that, because that is going to take place on the 23rd and 24th. It's going to be a 2-day event where we're going to have guests like Abhish Matthew and Gaurav Kapoor, who are going to entertain us. And we're going to have some awesome games, computer games that we'll be playing. We'll be playing PUBG, we'll have PS4 setups, we'll have Street Fighter 5 and Rocket League, ladies and gentlemen. So do not forget, Phoenix Market City, Kurla, Mumbai, it is on the 23rd and the 24th. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon, because this is the ESL India Premiership Summer Season Challenger Series 2018 that is brought to you by Owned by HP, HyperX and Intel, and organized by Northern Gaming and ESL. This is Harsh Ipan Rawat and Angie signing off.